back.
We're fucking
How's
back,
everyone
dudes.
doing all right. Good to be here. We have a guest this week. We're excited. Got Mr. Caesar here,
Sir.
photographer, also host of a Thinking Boy podcast. Glad to have you. Thank you for driving all the way out here, man. I appreciate
Yeah, I
it.
appreciate the invite, man. Hell yeah, it means a lot to. You guys seem pretty chill.
I appreciate that.
Chopped it up pretty quick. I was like, all right, cool.
What brought you to the name of Thinking Boy? Because I really, whenever he told me the name of your podcast, I was like, damn, that's kind of good. I like that.
You like that, for
Dude,
real?
I do like that
'Cause
for
I
real.
always go back and forth with it because I remember I was at work because I work at like a warehouse for like my
Mhm.
regular 9 to 5, and I remember seeing something on a box, and it was like I was gonna do like the Central podcast, Central, like almost like some funny shit, but I was like, man, I don't know. I was like, I don't know if this is a good name, and then I saw a box come down, and I was like, all right. This one is it, and I just never wrote that down. I never wrote that one down, so I was like, "Fuck, let me go with like a thinking boy, like a thinking man, kind of like the
Right, yeah,
statue
yeah.
of homeboy, like that."
Mhm.
And I was like, I feel like me calling myself like I am a man, but like just like a. I feel like at that point in 2022 was like at the height of the whole like machismo, like Andrew Tate, like bullshit.
The red pill.
Yeah, so I was
scenario.
like, I feel like the opposite of that would be like a boy. So I was like, let me just do a thinking
That's
boy
fair.
podcast.
That is kind of fire though, because it kind of removes like the label of like a thinking man, and it's just like more of like a silly like.
It's playful. It's
Well,
more like you're
pun almost.
pondering. You're
Yeah.
youthful. You kind of have that idea. Like even if that's not where your mind was at the time, it does give off more like, man, you like this whole world ahead of me. Whereas like I'm a thinking man.
Yeah,
It's
it
like,
just
alright,
seems
dude.
like I'm an asshole like immediately. You know what I mean? Like it's just like nah.
Isn't that weird how that works though? So
It is, I mean, it is kind of like that. People's like perceptions of you online are very much like agenda based and like oriented off of like that clip instead of who you are or what you represent. And so
Yeah, I feel if someone reads like a thinking man podcast, I feel like immediately they're like,
that's not for me.
it's already like a little like. I've grown to I've grown to like a thinking boy though. At first I was like, I don't know how I feel about this name, but and I guess it kind of gave me a little ego boost. Right now.
Hell yeah, dude.
names
I
are
liked
so
it.
hard, dude. They're like
Literally,
They
we're
are, yeah.
fucking. Me and my buddy are trying to start a card collecting company, like for like sports cards and
Okay.
Pokemon cards and shit like that. We were on fucking ChatGPT yesterday for like 45 minutes, just looking at random different names, typing in different prompts. Be like, give me 20 fucking names with this,
And
this,
sometimes
and this.
people have them already, bro.
That's the other part. We found a couple. We were like, this is kind of good, but then like we had to go into like look into copyrights and stuff like that. Like, fuck.
Oh man, dude. Yeah. No. How did you guys come up with your name?
Shit, we've changed our name 3 or 4
we're
times.
probably gonna undergo another branding
We're
change.
probably,
at
yeah,
some point
We're
here,
working on a
but-
new rebrand as well, but our first podcast was called Unconventional Development.
Well, that was actually just me.
Right.
shit.
It was him, and then like basically he started it with our other former friend Roy, and they recorded like 3 to 6 episodes together, somewhere in that range. I think he released like 4 though.
Nah, I think we only did 3.
3? Okay.
3.
And then you
with
did that
together.
one with old girl
Julia.
Julia.
Yeah.
She was like an art director of some like art convention that used to be. I don't know if they still do that.
I don't
but-
know if you might have heard of it way back in the day. They did quite a few of them. Indigo Art Fest.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, they did a lot
That
of
sounds
them.
familiar.
They quite a bit of them at one point. It was like just a culmination of a bunch of different stuff. They had like musical artists there, pop up clothing, people painting and selling.
Would
their
be like a
art and stuff.
gallery, kind of walk in and you
Yeah,
see
yeah,
like-
yeah.
It was
kinda
like
see
a
everything.
there was like multiple different like rooms. Like there was one room that had like a fashion show like stage and
Oh,
everything.
shit,
There was
okay.
like a couple like stacked
the fashion.
stacked on like top of each other rooms where it's like there was like a middle opening that went through both floors. So if you were on the second floor, you could like kind of see down to the
That's
first
dope.
floor.
Goddamn.
It was a weird setup, but like the way that it was kind of perfect for an art festival because it just gave everyone their own space. It allowed people to kind of like invigorate different ideas, but also like it just gave the viewers a lot of different like aspects to
Different
go
looks
into.
and shit.
Yeah,
You could tell it was more like someone starting off, but I think for someone starting off, it definitely was a good
Dude,
start.
that name sounds very familiar actually. Indigo Art Fest.
We actually did a live pod. That was
did.
when we first started
We
together, doing it together.
honestly probably should not have been up on that stage, but
Oh, man.
but it was fun. I mean, we did it. It
'Cause
was
we didn't really
interesting.
know, because even then, podcasting isn't what it is now. You know, where you can watch a lot more and you see people do live podcasts now and they interact with the audience. Then there wasn't much of that. So we just went in there, basically gave like a TED talk. I feel like
That's kind of what it felt like. I'm not gonna lie. It
pretty
did
funny.
feel like we were just presenting something rather than having a
Hey.
conversation.
You got some hosts, bro. You guys were hosting.
basically.
Yeah, I mean,
We got some claps though. People were like, "All right, yeah." Like,
You're like, "All right,
I don't know what's
yeah."
going on, but
I don't
it's
even remember
tough,
like what we
man.
talked about or anything, but like it was a good experience to kind of like get our feet wet a little
Is
bit.
there a recording of that anywhere?
Probably. I don't know if we released it.
we didn't. I don't think there's a picture of this somewhere.
It's
We
probably on a hard drive somewhere, but
Hey.
but yeah,
2019.
yeah, 2019
Shit,
is
okay,
the year
okay.
we started, I believe.
Yeah, we really got started. The idea was
Um,
brewing for a while, but we officially got started.
And then after unconventional development, our name went to
Far From
Finished.
Far from finish. Okay, I like that.
That took fucking forever to figure out. We were writing down names on fucking notebooks for
Oh
so
my
long,
God.
and that was just the one that stuck out to us. We are like, I guess it's not that bad. Fucking run with it. I don't even really remember how we got to Fine and
Because
Dandy.
people call me Dandy.
Mhm.
Yeah, through your well, at least your IG.
Yeah, yeah. That was is a nickname that came about very stupidly, but it was literally an accident. We were in a group chat, and our friend's name was Corey, and I accidentally put a D where the E goes, so it was like Cordy, Cordy, and he's like, "All right, Dandy," and I don't know why
It
that
just
we're
stuck.
stupid. It was just forever.
Like for us, it stuck because like it just reminded us from the time that he called him Cordy, and we were just like, bro, I've never heard of
Just use it
Cordy
as a
before
fucking-
in my entire life.
I actually
But
met a
it just
Cord.
worked. Really.
I've met a person named Cord.
I
No,
have-
no,
I have
why?
a-
Just
I have a
Cord.
friend that I don't know where the fuck he's up to now, but like in school we had a friend named 56.
56.
His name was 56.
Like nickname, or that was his
That
actual?
was his nickname.
Okay.
Like 56
Yeah.
nights.
Yeah, because like he like when he didn't speak that much English.
Oh, okay.
But he'd hang out with us, like he'd always sit with us, and like he'd laugh here and there. I'd always try to get him to like break because he'd always be like kind of serious. But mostly I think because he didn't know what the fuck I was
He
saying.
didn't understand.
Yeah.
yeah.
And one day the lady called on him and was like, "Well, Eric, what do you think?" Because his name was like Eric something, and she's like, "Eric, what do you think about this? What answer did you get?" And he's just like, 56. And we started dying, bro. Because one, he was fucking wrong. He wasn't 56. He was like way off. And we just started dying, bro.
56.
It didn't even matter that he was wrong. We were just like, yeah, your name's 56, bro. To the point, bro, where like they would ask me like, yo, where's Eric at? Is he gonna come to class? Like teachers and shit, and I'd be like, who? What are you talking about?
56.
They're like, 56.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, yeah. 56. I was like, yeah, he's on his way. He's about to come right now.
That's hilarious.
That's the great thing about being a kid, though, is like you just one thing happens and that's your identity for.
That's it, man.
for
Yeah, no,
ever.
It's
real.
that, and it's also like it kind of like plays into how you can't like give yourself a nickname. It has to be something that's that natural, you know.
So your nickname, I guess Dandy would be your nickname. Do you have a nickname at all?
No, not really.
I always wanted one, man.
I would say so. Like my nickname
Snap.
in my family is like Snap. I've always been
Okay.
called Snap in the family, but like that's like I don't. That was from like whenever I was like a kid, but for my friends, it's always just been like Josh. I'm trying to think now.
Not even like Jay or anything like that.
Not much. If so, it's like maybe in passing type of thing. Like
Dickhead.
yeah,
I'm kidding.
get that a
Yeah,
lot.
I'm kidding. I'm
Get
kidding.
that a lot. But nah, some of his other ones were some of the funniest nicknames I've
I could
come
see you
across.
with a lot of nicknames, man.
Dude,
Bro, they
for
used to
some
call
reason-
him Pussy Pop.
Dude, that was just like someone like, cause we were like roasting. Cause me, I'm just a very like goofy person, so I guess it's just easier. You know, when you're just a goofy person,
Yeah,
you're like,
it's
I'm gonna you're the easy target here.
Pussy Pop though.
Yeah, dude, he was
that
popping
was-
pussies
That
back
was
before it was
that
cool.
was luckily short lived. That was luckily a
Thank God,
short lived
dude.
one and not.
I always
Some-
wanted a nickname, man. I get like, cause my name's Caesar, so
Yeah.
I'll get C's,
Wonder.
I'll get
Nobody's calling you Julius.
Nah.
That would've been-
I get like little Caesar shit like that, but that's mostly like a joke or two that'll just kind
Yeah.
of fly by. But like a nickname, I don't know.
Yo, Lil Caesar, that would have been a good. That would have been a good one, cause that's like you can call anyone little whatever.
I'm hot and ready.
Yeah,
exactly, dude.
You could have just
That's kind of what I usually play off of. They're like Little Caesar. I'm like, I got a hot and ready or some shit like that. Make a joke about like a penis.
got to.
That's fucking
It's
hilarious.
like when people, dude. Whenever people used to go, "Damn, Daniel," just
Dude,
all.
I'm sure you got that
shit.
all the time.
Dude, there's a point where you're like, "Oh, wow."
and
I
you would
didn't get-
also be like a very much like a Vans enthusiast. Like a lot
I
of
can
you had
see,
a,
like,
a
you
lot of
rocking
different
Vans?
Vans growing up. I feel like.
Honestly, weirdly, I wear a lot of Vans now. Growing up, I hated them.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. I was like,
I was
because
kind of always a Converse guy, I'll be honest with you. But as
Really?
I went older, I got like more into Vans and stuff.
yeah, I
I
like
was-
Converse way more than I like Vans for sure.
I was always like big into like Nikes and Jordans for like my childhood, but then like whenever I kind of like got into high school, I just kind of like stopped really fucking caring. Just
I agree
about
with you, yeah.
about like at least like fashion and shit like that. Now I'm starting to get a little bit more into it and like kind of stock up on some like stuff that I like, but it's usually like not like super. I would say like my taste has become a little bit more diverse. Like I don't really like kind of like portray any certain look all the time. I have a few different looks that I kind of like go into. And
Do you know what's funny?
what?
Like on the way over here, because I was like, damn, what shoe should I wear? And I was like, I wonder if they're gonna ask me any questions about like shoes. And I totally went through my head like, yeah, I'm kind of the same way. Like I like what I like, and I know certain fashion brands and shit like that, or certain designers like Jeremy Scott and stuff like that. But I don't know. I'll be looking at some of these shoes. And I'm just like, bro, y'all charging like $500 for these.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
like,
I
this is
mean
too much, bro.
that video of fucking Central C at the
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
at the fucking I don't know what that shoe store is called, but they make a lot of different like
yeah.
content at that store. But
Is that
like
complex? Is that like the complex?
it is the
shit?
complex. Yeah,
Oh.
you're right. Okay, so basically he was there and he was looking at the price. He's like, these hoes is ugly, and then like he's like, nah, bro, those are classic. Like they're one of a kind. He's like, what's the price? He said, you guys are having a laugh. Like like
it was like
literally.
$2,000 for
It's
some shoes.
because it's
bro.
like I'm not even thinking this looks good, and you're telling me I should pay $2,000 just because it's
It's a classic.
yeah. Like what
Classically
is that?
ugly. That's what they are.
Yeah, I know. I don't know, man. I think artwork or art in general is kind of like that. Where I'll be looking at shit like even back in the day where I'm like, it's like a banana fucking painted on like a canvas, and this is like one of the most expensive paintings ever, and I'm just kind of like, I don't really.
I don't get it.
I don't get it. Like at that point, I don't get it. And then I look at like Michelangelo and shit like that. I'm like, all right, that makes like a lot of sense. This
Right.
is like super detailed for like the time, especially.
And like especially with like when you learn about like Da Vinci and Michelangelo, like these guys were doing this shit at like fucking 19, 20,
Yeah.
21,
Yeah,
23.
nah, for
like
real.
Mac Miller dropped.
fucking they said, bro, whenever they
Hey.
made those tweets, they were like, Chief Keef dropped fucking whenever he was
Joey
16. What about
Badass,
that,
Chief
dog?
Keef. I love Mac. Do I have a Mac Miller tattoo,
Yeah,
bro?
watch-
Oh
Watching-
shit, hell yeah.
Think about that though. Watching movies with the sound
Little
off.
circles tattoo.
That's
Oh, hell
fire.
yeah.
I like that, dude. Hell yeah.
R.I.P. I felt bad, man, because I liked his music like back in the day, but I didn't really get into it until after he passed.
Yeah,
I
I
really
mean,
got into it.
I always like will say like have the most regret because him and our other buddy Los went to Float Fest in 2015 or 16,
No. That was like
14 or
2016.
16.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bitch, I said that.
Or maybe 17 is one of those.
You got to see him though.
But he was there. Yeah. He was at the
Sick,
he's at the
bro.
festival, and I was supposed to
Yeah.
go, but I was in a relationship at the time, and I like kind of like got my focus out of order to a degree.
Got busy. You know what I'm saying? That shit takes a lot of time.
I was not busy. I was doing shit I probably shouldn't have been doing, but
Dude, we snuck him in.
stuck Los in.
We
Yeah.
snuck my friend in because I had a pass for that weekend and no one else was gonna go with me. He's like, "Fuck it, I'll go with you." No pass. He's like, "We'll figure it out." He's like, if anything, I'll just chill in because it's
The
in San
campgrounds.
Marcos, and we had a couple friends in San Marcos, so he's like, I'll just probably figure something out and just chill with
Mhm.
them. If anything, we literally were walking the campgrounds, and then some dude's like, "Shrooms for sale," just yelling it, dude, right? And then he's like, "Y'all want some shrooms?" My homie's like, "Nah, not really." He's like, "You got an extra pass?" He's like, "Actually, we do."
Yeah.
Like first person, no shit, first person.
That's perfect, dude.
Like what? And he's like, "Yeah, one of our friends couldn't make it due to some stuff that happened." And he's like, $60. My friend's like, "Honestly, I'm broke. That's why I'm doing this." He's like, "Bro, like $50." He's like, "I don't have anything." He's like, "You know what, man?
Here you go.
You can have it."
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess because it would be a waste. Yeah, like at
I
that point,
mean,
it'd be a
yeah,
fucking
because
waste.
he
It
would
was the
like
second
to,
day. It was the
Okay.
second day. The
It's
first
like-
day we snuck him in for real.
It's like you
but
would like to be able to get some money back for your friend, you know,
Mhm.
like, hey, he couldn't make it, he did have to pay for this, so like,
Mhm.
hey, yeah, you could have it for like 50, but then he's like, I mean, he fucking isn't here
Yeah.
anyways.
Once that shit started, it's like you might as well just go. Dude, I snuck. Oh, I didn't sneak into Travis Scott, but my cousin. Shout out to my cousin Miguel. He's a policeman. Not shout out that. I don't really. I don't really like the fact that he's a policeman, but he's a policeman.
I'm retracting
And
my previous.
yeah, but he's a huge fan of Travis, so he's like he got in, and but he got in because he knew security there.
Mm.
So they're like, yo, you don't have to scan your pass. Like, just go to the side and like we'll let you in. So him and his boy got in through that way, and he's just like, "Yo, like if you're free today, like I could totally email you my ticket and you can go in for free."
That's
Dude,
fucking
like some
crazy.
of the best concerts I've been to have been for free. I saw Kendrick for free when
That's
he was at
crazy.
Discovery Green.
Oh, dude, I'm sad
March
I didn't
Madness?
go to that,
That was
bro.
wild.
I was there for
bro.
that.
It was packed.
I'm
as
so
fuck.
sad I didn't go to that
Packed,
too.
dude.
It was.
I couldn't even move, dog. Like I was moving like just like that.
I
I
was
felt
trying to
myself
get
moving
up
back and
there.
forth like that.
It was. You didn't go.
No, I wasn't there. No.
Man, it was crazy. It was super. I thought I was gonna go in, be able to go in because we went through the metro rail and when we got there. The dude let my homeboy in, but he didn't let me in. And then like 3 minutes passed by, and I was like, dude, is he really gonna be a fucking dick? Because he's like, we're at capacity, man. I can't let you in. I was like, yo, he's my ride, and he's just like, all right, go ahead.
All right,
Kinda
get
like,
in there.
But for like a good 3 minutes, I was like, dude, am I fucking like this is gonna
This
blow?
is fucking stupid.
I was gonna suck. I don't know what the fuck am I gonna do? Like, am I gonna be
Yeah.
like the straw that breaks the camel's back, dude?
Yeah,
or
come on,
something?
look around here, bro. Like, let's be fucking for real.
I was like, man, what the? But it was one of my favorite concert for sure.
That's sick, dude.
Dude, it was hype. It was
I
hype.
have been one. So Kendrick and J. Cole are two artists I haven't seen that I do definitely want to see before I die. Well, I guess before they retire in their touring. But
I was like, damn, that's you got some time.
I was
if
gonna say
the-
I got
the
some
die
time.
part
But
is-
yeah.
you got
But
some time
well,
probably.
you never
But
know.
But with these, like I said, with these ticket prices though, that's just tough. man.
That
I
dude,
know,
it's
yeah.
fucking ridiculous. Like I heard while I was still studying, I heard you ask him like what his like max for a ticket price would be. And like
Yeah.
honestly, I've been so out the game. Like you have to convince me, and then I'll save up for it,
Yeah.
and then I'll go. But like I'm not the one searching up tickets and like when is this guy? Actually, you know what I do that for? I do that for comedy shows because I do.
Oh shit. Okay.
We went to see Stavros last year, right?
Yeah.
Last year, and that was at the Houston Improv, and I've been wanting to go like see more and more comedy shows since. Since then,
$5
at the Riot, right?
No, not right. It's Secret.
Oh, Secret Group. Secret Group's
Yeah.
the one.
Secret
Yeah,
Group
yeah.
has a comedy. There's this guy that's
List is gonna
doing
be there at the end of the month.
Who?
Joe List.
at.
The
Secret
Secret Group,
Wonder
January
Woman.
31st and February 1st.
I have to go see that.
I think they do like Legion from Skanks from there. No, from like,
That's at
Yeah.
Riot. I
That's
think.
at
That's
Riot?
at Riot.
Riot,
Yeah.
Riot Comedy Club is where they do a lot.
Riot's
more.
been kind of blowing up though.
Yeah, no, for sure. They're doing another. They do a festival every year at Riot. Have you ever been?
I haven't, man. No.
Pretty cool.
I've actually never been to a comedy show. Now you
Oh,
mention
really?
it. No, I wanted to see Mark Norman last year, but the fucking day was like on a Wednesday, and I was like, man, I'm like working the next day.
Can't get off work.
No, I know
till
those
shit, yeah.
feels. You're like.
I was like, I could do it, but I'm gonna be fucking dead,
Dead,
like, the
yeah.
next day. And I was like, I don't know.
And that's
that
the other
adult
part
shit
about the
right
ticket
there.
prices is that like life still goes on. Like you got to pay all this money and then still go to your fucking job and still go to your job the next day and still
Yeah,
like.
I was gonna say through shit like Affirm or Klarna, I've been able to kind of like divide shit every once in a
Yeah.
while. Like I'll do in like a pay in 4, which isn't too bad.
That's
every
not
once
too
in a
bad.
while. But like you can only do so many of those. You don't want to
Right.
fucking just stack
Then
them
you're
all
just
up.
paying a full bill.
Yeah, exactly,
And
dude.
it's just a full bill.
Every 2 weeks.
No, dude, you're not listening, dude. It's $10. Like, yeah, but you have 6
You don't
different
get it.
one of them.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't get it. It's just like, nah, dude. You're gonna end up. I mean, you have to fucking pay it at the end of the day. So I'm just kind of like,
Yeah.
But max, what do you think though? The max is that you'd pay
For me, probably I'd say like 150. But
Let's say like a J Cole ticket.
that's kind of the conversation. If it is one of those like I've been wanting to do it. Last time he was in town, I didn't do it. I told myself next time he's in town, I would do it.
Right.
Probably I'd probably spend probably more than I'd probably go up to like 250.
250.
That's probably the most I would do because like I could
a good
argue.
amount.
I would argue with myself that I would pay
I was
like
thinking, I was like,
I would argue with myself that because I'm a big basketball fan, so I would
Okay.
argue with myself that I would probably pay $250 for like a really nice pair of nice seats at the Toyota Center. But like that's honestly like a very new feeling. Like I probably like if you asked me this like fucking 3 weeks ago, I probably would have told you, "Nah, I'm good, dog. I'll watch it on YouTube." But like recently, I have been trying to like. So I've been talking about it a little bit off air, but like I've been trying to kind of like. This is gonna sound weird, but like live a little bit more.
I got you.
In the way that like the past few years I have been kind of like going through the motions, getting shit like improving at work, like moving up, doing like the pod, like being as present as I could in those moments, but I wasn't like planning stuff out to go on trips, finding new things to do,
Okay.
finding new like hobbies or anything. So I have been like starting to kind of like prioritize that a little bit more. And in that, I've noticed like, okay, well, actually, I have a lot more like room to play with here than I was giving myself credit for. Like, I actually have a little bit,
You can indulge a little bit.
a little bit, yeah. And I guess like it became more of a conversation of like, okay, well, now it's no longer you can't do that. Now it's you can do that, but you have to be the one to fucking do
Right,
it.
yeah,
And
no,
so
for
I'm
sure.
still kind of learning some of that and getting like my feet under me as far as like as far as living goes, and just trying to enjoy like my time off of work and my days off and things like that, and not just look at it as a chance to rest before I go back to work type of shit. And so like the perspective change has allowed me to kind of look at stuff differently in the way that like, man, fuck it, I'll make $250 back whenever because I'm gonna go to work anyways. I'm gonna fucking get that money regardless.
Eventually it'll recircle.
So like at the end of the day, I would probably spend up to $250 for something that was like something I told myself, you got to do that shit no matter what happens next time it comes up. But probably on like a more regular level, if it's like an artist I would like to see, but like damn, like that price is outside my range, I'd probably say like 120 to 130 is out my range for like just like a every type of artist that might be able to come back.
Let me ask you this. We were talking about it earlier too, like because I would want to see Kendrick and I can see him. Like realistically, I could get a seat and see him. I don't want to get a seat and see him. I would want to be like general admission, or like in like
the,
really like
in the
there
pit.
and shit. Yeah. What about that? Like, would you pay $250 just for sitting down?
Personally, yes, because I'm not I'm the type of like I enjoy my my personal space.
I got you.
Like I've been to concerts before where it's like you're in the crowd. Like the Cudi concert, we was fucking like the whole fucking room was moving together. Like awesome. People were dropping like flies, passing out and that shit. Yeah. Like, and it's not that I can't do it. It's more so that's not like my vibe. Yeah, my vibe is more like laid back, chill. And that's why I even mentioned comedy clubs because it's like you're at a table with your friends, or even if it's like a date night.
You have a table there, huh? That's kind of cool. You get like a table and shit. Order some. I don't know if you can order food, but order drinks.
Yeah, you can order food at most of them, and I don't know how if Riot has a kitchen, but
yeah, they do. Well, so Riot actually is originally it was like a bar restaurant called Rudyard's.
Okay.
Oh.
And then the comedy club is upstairs.
Okay.
So you can order the food and they'll bring it up to you.
Oh, that's kind of
like
fire.
A fucking movie tavern type shit.
Pretty sick spot because you go upstairs and it's pretty. I mean, it's small for I guess a comedy club, but it's like perfect. You know?
I feel like that is perfect. Yeah. I feel like it'd be weird seeing like.
Probably feel like 50 people, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe nah. It's probably more than that. I don't know. Each table you could fit like 2 to 4 people.
I've never been, so I wouldn't know like what their layout looks like.
Would y'all want to see like not this person specifically, but like a Kevin Hart? You know, how Kevin Hart does like arena shit. Would that be like? I feel like it's almost like too much. Like
I would argue the only person I would see an arena show for is Gillis.
Shane Gillis.
I'm a big Gillis fan. But even that I'd probably miss. I'd probably just like go to a club comic like set because
audio wise it's gonna be fucking crazy. It's gonna be
there's that, and then there's also like the spectacle of it all. Like everyone's like on like the night out type of shit. Whereas like I feel like a comedy club is like very to yourself, low lighting. Like you can kind of have a conversation. Nobody's really paying attention to it. Yeah, more personal. But like. I would say as far as like comedians wise, I think both of us are a little bit more niche in like the comedians that we fuck with. Like most of the comedians at the top of the heap. That's why I mentioned Gillis because he's probably the only one there. Norman's another one, but like most of the comedians at the top of the heap right now, I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
Kind of like
I'm good
on it. I got
you. Because I don't know. I just think comedy has become so much more like, can you sell tickets versus are you funny?
That's anything that gets big, unfortunately.
Absolutely,
Any art form that gets to that level, it's
absolutely. It's just reached that point where it's like, all right, well, I'm glad that you're a great entertainer and that you got a lot of people to fill up this place. But like, the whole reason we're here is for comedy.
Yeah, like, there has to be a fucking the method to the madness. You know what I'm saying? This like is the reasoning for this.
It's like it became a situation where I'm like, all right, no, make your money. Hope everybody like in that field like makes their money. But it's like I prefer a different type of art in that field, I guess.
I guess that'd be kind of what we were saying, though, with like smaller shows.
Yeah.
Like go to like a White Oak. I love going to like White Oak Music Hall to like
I
see
love
shows
White
and
Oak.
shit. It's fucking sick, man. I love it so much.
Have you been to like an outdoor show there too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
saw.
the outdoor.
Damn, what did I see there? I saw Rex Orange County.
Yo, that'd be sick.
And I saw somebody else there at like an outdoor show. I saw like K Tronada there like a minute ago. I was like,
that would be fucking awesome.
Yeah,
K Tronada.
Like everyone's like kind of moving. And also there's like a yard
set?
Yeah,
like
there's DJing.
Dude, that would have been fucking super sick. Nah, K Tronada dude is fucking solid. I've seen some of that. He's done a Boiler Room. Insane.
Really?
Yeah, I saw Tame Impala outside.
Ah, that would be fucking sick, bro.
White Oak. Yeah,
I would say like from someone that isn't super in like the EDM scene, really doesn't know too much about it. One artist that I would like to see live is Fred again.
Yeah.
Bro's got some like super dope vibes, and like some of the videos that he posts like on his settings and shit, like
Yeah.
behind the music, it's fucking dope. I love
Yeah.
that shit.
Sell out fast though if he did.
Really?
Yeah, he would sell out.
Do you ever been to like a rave, bro? I've never been to a
That's
rave. That's your shit.
That's my shit, dude. I love
Nice.
it. Like I'm super heavy into the like community. Like I
we
throw
need
my
to link up, man, because I have a lot of friends that are like, I've never been to a rave. We should go to a rave, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck, like when to go, where. Like, I don't know.
yeah.
know,
I
like,
can
the
figure
first
some
thing.
stuff out. I would say it'd be like what style, whatever, like they would want to go to more so because, like I said, I'm like down the rabbit hole, dude. Like it's like so far.
You
fucking
are the rabbit hole.
down. No, there's people further, bro. There's people. You meet some people. There's people further down, but I'm pretty far down there to where like my taste is really niche, and some of the sounds I'm listening to, it's like it's a little out there, but I do love it. Like I throw my own shows and stuff too.
Oh
so,
fuck yeah, dude.
yeah,
Oh yeah, that's what's up.
I do. I enjoy it, man. I like the whole idea of like bringing people together. I've met so many awesome people.
It
Through
seems
going to
really
shows.
cool. Like it seems really chill. Everyone gets along. Everyone's fucking.
There for the same
For the
reason.
most part, yeah.
same
There's
thing.
like it's kind of. I hate to be an old man shouting this, but like when COVID happened and like TikTok got really big,
Oh, okay.
it kind of shifted everything because then it became a lot of people that were going before, COVID kind of. A lot of those people stopped going, and then you had this media hype of what the shows are. So a lot of new.
It almost
people-
became like a meme, like
Yeah,
this
like
rave shit.
exactly, an influx of people come in that don't really like know or haven't really been going.
So like the culture changed
It-
by like having that integration. Of
Yeah, like when
newer
you have a lot
people
of
without
like people that have been going, not go anymore, and then a bunch of new people who haven't really, don't really
show
know.
them the ropes, basically, because all those other people are gone. Well, not all, but
There's
like
still
you know
some
what
people,
I mean.
but yeah, you can see it shift
It's-
and change. But I think a lot of
It's
that
more
happened.
it's
during
more of a
COVID.
responsibility on the people that stayed in the culture and continue to go out for them to kind of educate the newer people on how things are supposed to go, and that's almost not your
No,
responsibility.
it's tough too because younger people don't want to be like told,
That's true.
"Hey, this is how." You're like, yeah, cool. You're like, all right, well.
Yeah, I saw that at the Travis show. Young people were just wilding the fuck out. Like
When you
these
say
60,
Travis show,
70.
is this the one?
So it wasn't Travis.
Is
this the one?
Is this the one?
It was the one before, so I went 2019.
Okay.
And that shit was wild, dude. Like Dave Chappelle came out.
That was
Kanye-
their
Kanye
first
West
year,
came
right?
out. It
That
was the
is
second
crazy.
year.
Okay, second year.
The
I
third
didn't know.
one was like, yeah, you kind of everything went to shit. Yeah, it got a little crazy there, but I was like,
Little
holy
energy
fuck.
harvest
Yeah.
or whatever they were saying.
TikTok was like, "This is dude." They were for like a week
Blood
straight.
sacrifices and
Dude,
shit.
I was
dude.
like,
I was
all right,
what
you
the
know.
fuck?
Seem more just like poor planning, but I mean,
Yeah, it just
up to
seems
you
kinda
guys,
like-
whatever you think it is.
Dude, that's what I feel like. And motherfuckers on Facebook. And I'm never even on Facebook like that. Like a couple years ago, I went through my Facebook and I deleted like a whole bunch of people. I think I had like a 1,000 friends or 1,000 something friends, and I was like, I don't know any of these fucking people. Let me like clear them out. So now I'm down to like 220 or 250, and it's mostly family or like friends and shit.
Right.
But motherfuckers be believing shit on Facebook. But I'll tell you, this AI
And it'd be the
shit
ones.
and,
It'd be
like,
the ones that you're like, man, I eat Thanksgiving dinner with you.
Yeah,
like I didn't
and-
even
and
know
it's
you
just
thought
like-
like this.
and they're like, man, I have a cousin. He's just like, man, he saw that shit at Astroworld, bro. He sacrificed those kids. He sacrificed these people. And I'm like, I don't think he did that, dude. Like, I don't think he actively was like.
Did you see
Stomp
something
on
I
it.
didn't see?
That's what I was just like, for sure. Like, it's his event. I get why he gets like blamed for it and shit like that. But the whole planning of everything looked like awful. Even my cousin said the way they had the stage like divided. Oh shit, the way they had the
You're
stage
good.
divided up was like. It just wasn't like efficient like at all. Because before
Right.
when I went, it was two different stages. There was like stage A or stage B, and then like different lineups would go and play there. But this time it was just one stage, and then it was kind of like at a crossroads, almost like I forgot how to describe it. It was like an X, and like fans were like kind of there, but people were getting squished and pushed up against like the rails and shit.
yeah.
It just seemed like you said poor planning and just poor
I mean,
like.
they definitely didn't plan it well.
What happened to us at the Cuddy concert when you're like crowded in there and
Yeah.
you can't move, or even the Kendrick thing? Think about that, but way more people.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just at that
And like
level,
and outdoors too, and like that's the weird part about it is like, and whenever you're inside and you're confined like that, you could be like, all right, well I get it. There's walls here and there's a limited amount of space. Whenever you're outdoors and there is an
It's almost like you
unlimited
guys are
amount of
pushing it,
space
yeah.
and people are still fucking pushing like that,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
So I want to go back to a Thinking Boy, man. What made you start that?
So I've been. I don't know. How old are you guys? Can I ask you that?
I'm 27.
I'm 28. I just turned 28.
About,
He's
about
be
to turn
28.
March. I turned 28.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, yeah,
We're all around the same age.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
up.
Yep.
So I've been listening to podcasts, bro. No bullshit since like 2011
Mm-hmm.
when I was a child, like not a child, but like a young teenager, like
Mhm.
12 or 11, I think. and it was I was just like, man, this would be like something fucking cool to do. But throughout, like, as soon as I became like adult, I kind of like I had got with my ex, and then like we were kind of together for a little bit, and I kind of like was on my own. It's like she moved out, so I was like, I have to like fucking lock in and like make sure this rent is like paid. To be honest with you, so I had like a month where I was like, oh shit, and I kind of spent like the first year. It was very much with like photography, where it's like this is something I always wanted to do, and then I was like, man, I have the resources for it, especially during COVID. I was like, I never stopped working. So like all the stimulus and shit, I had that as like extra money almost.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, that's where I like got into photography. I was like, let me get a camera and shit. I'll start doing that. And then around 2022, my brother was like, yo, like you have these mics if you're like down to do the podcast. Also, I want to do like my own channel, which I have, and like review movies, review music.
Oh, that's fire.
And
we gotta
like,
talk into some stuff
for
like
sure.
that. Yeah, we'll get into some of that stuff.
And
too.
he's just like, here's
We're
your
so
mics.
autistic when it comes to movies and music, bro.
and my boy Nicky was like, yo, like you have the equipment. He's like, you should definitely like do that shit. So shout out to Nicky. He was the first guest that I had on. And he's just like, you have no excuses. And I was like, damn, he's right. Like I have a PC that's fucking fire because I got it for like editing my photos and videos. And I was just like, I have mics now. Like it's not the best setup, but I could definitely like do this shit on a weekly basis. So
Dude, I wish you could see our first setup. Bro, I'm like, just like to give you a little bit of like some imagery. Imagine like 2 couches just like this, nothing on the walls.
oh shit.
2 mics, a table, a poster on the table. not on the wall, on the table.
Like that would make a difference. Like why would we did we think
and
that?
we
was
were
like,
reading off of legitimate notebooks.
Really?
Like this is an idea that we had. Like this is something that we were just actually going through pages.
Was there
like,
video at all or no?
Yeah, there was. Well, our first episode actually was in your apartment. That didn't have any video.
we did audio first.
We did audio first.
Yeah.
This like first setup that we had where we could start doing video. To call it a setup is a joke. It was our friend's apartment that they did not decorate at all. Like it was 2 different colored couches.
You know what tripped me out, bro? Like, and I didn't think about this because, like I said, I've been listening to like pods like for a minute. I never realized people like watching podcasts. Like they actively watch that shit and just have that bitch running. I'm like, I never
Bad
do
friends?
that. I never do that at all.
Someone who watches podcasts more, like listens or watches podcasts more than I even like entertain myself with music. I promise you, I had to find that out because I'm the guy that's going to play a podcast and I'm listening.
You're gaming,
I'm
you're
doing
working,
something else. Yeah. Someone like watched our shit, and when I say that, they were like watching it, and I was like, "Yo,
didn't know.
Clean your house, do something. This is uncomfortable."
Now, what people have told me though, they like to feel when they're watching it, they feel like they're there.
Okay.
Especially people that know us, they're like, I feel like I'm in the room, and I feel like I'm like in the conversation.
I've gotten that before. Yeah.
That's a cool scenario to be able to like create for somebody. Because like for me, like I was saying, like as a viewer, I've always kind of looked at things as I'm like I look at it as the complete opposite. I'm definitely not in this room, but this is a cool conversation that I would have never been able to listen to because I'm not in that room. So like I kind of disassociate myself while I'm listening to it, but like to see that people are able to be like, nah, like this, it's like an immersion almost into that like space, and that's dope. That's
That's
I don't
really
get
dope.
to experience that because that's not like really how I view it, but like that is a dope experience to have.
Yeah, nah, because I never really. It's rare that I would like actively like sit down and watch a podcast, bro. Like I said, most of the time I'm at work and I'm like playing an episode while I'm doing some shit, like driving on a forklift or something, or like. If my job's watching this, I don't do that. But like, because you're not supposed to do that. But even though we have deaf people working there, it should not make no sense to me. But that's a side. That's a side tangent. That's
no
a side
headphones
tangent.
in, but
That's a side tangent. But yeah, nah, dude. I'm like I said. I remember like being a kid, and I would add episodes to my iTunes or to my like little. I had like an iPod Nano, like like clip-on ones. And I go to my dad's house and like I have my PSP and I'd be playing fucking Tony Hawk or shit, just like gaming like for hours, bro.
Dude, those Tony
and
Hawk
then just
games
have
so
like
hard.
the podcast going, bro. Just have a podcast going the whole time. So like it wasn't until like I started posting them that people were like, "Oh man, that clip was funny, this and that or this shit," and I was like, "Hey, you're actually watching it, bro?" And I would see my viewership be higher on YouTube than like Apple Podcasts or Spotify or any of that.
every
shit.
time, dude. It's weird. It is weird because like it's like a quarter of the views you would get on your for sure.
Like it's nice to be able to have like the availability of the voice pods, but it just it does almost feel like you're really just recording those for people in the car type shit. But for me, like I've always seen like a video pod as like another way to kind of entertain, because like it's not just the conversation. Like the conversation is what it is, but like you can like decorate your space. You can do whatever you want to do. You can have like advertisements if you're on that type shit. Like you can kind of find different ways to make the thing that you were gonna do anyways even better.
Especially if you guys have like, obviously he's like probably like the top of the ship, but like a Rogan setup where you have someone pulling up fucking clips.
I mean, I did that for a while. I mean, that's honestly the reason I got this. I've been lazy, but
it's a lot. That shit's a lot, bro.
It is a lot,
nah.
and I mean, like this is perfect for switching cams and stuff like that. But the reality of it is what it's really best for is having like 3 separate cameras, like say one for a wide shot, one for the guest, one for us, and then the last slot would be something that we would like be able to pull something
like
up.
a screen or something like that.
The difficulty in that is the execution of it. It's being able to stay in tune with a conversation while your mind is, oh, am I on this camera or this camera, or do I need to switch to this camera or this, or do I need to look something up right now? It's like hard to multitask that while you're trying to like stay engaged in a conversation. So it would be nice to have a Rogan producer type of shit, but like. You can find ways to do it like on your own as well. It's just dependent about, I guess, like I think it's easier whenever you do have a second host to fall back on. Like if I need to be able to look up something, I can like nudge him and be like, hey, fucking talk for a second. But like if you're by yourself, you can kind of pace things differently. So you can kind of like have a conversation with someone, stay engaged with it, and like while like you kind of let them know like I'm gonna let you like speak on this while I look this up, and like you can kind of pace that out. But whenever you're having like a multifaceted conversation with multiple people, it's hard to do.
Oh man,
kudos to you for doing it on your own too. That is a tough thing because you're literally focused on everything.
Yeah. So thankfully, like you mentioned earlier, I do most of my shit like in post. So like I'll just have the cameras running and the audio running, and then like I get it out pretty. So let's say like if you guys were to come on, we record like on a Sunday or a Monday, and then that episode will be out like Thursday or Friday, depending on when I get to it. So like I'll just take a day like after work, and I'll just kind of rewatch the episode, clean the audio up, and then click on like who the fuck is talking at the same time, or like at whatever time they're talking, and then so it'll probably take me like a day, like, but like I said, we mentioned earlier about the clip syncing up with like my iCloud and shit and stuff like that.
Like the rendering and all that shit, bro.
That could take a minute,
That shit fucking used to piss me off. Luckily, my guy's taking over on the editing.
Nice, bro. It's tough.
I do mistakes, but what you're doing,
it can be tough. Man.
We're trying to find a new like. So we use, I think it's Opus clips, right?
Oh yeah, I use Opus for like the
like
should you put out some like Reels or TikTok?
Yeah,
dude. Though it just never. I just need to do it myself.
We're trying to either find a better one or get like kind of start doing it ourselves, because Opus is weird, dude. Like they'll zoom in to someone talking and it's not that person talking, and we're just like, fuck.
So I found like Opus works better like on your, I don't know if you guys use this, but like on your laptop or on your PC, like editing it that way, because doing it on your phone, it is weird as fuck. Like it'll zoom in, like you said, on random like shit, or it'll kind of like crop you weird. And then, but on there, you're able to like move the positioning of the camera.
Oh, okay.
And kind of like if they get some of the text wrong whenever they transcribe it, you could replace certain words that they fuck up.
You can like edit it.
Yeah.
Oh,
so I recommend doing it on the PC. The PC definitely helped me out, because on my phone, it comes out just like random shit. Or
dude,
like,
you're looking at the clips, you're like, why?
Yeah. Like why that kind of zoom in or that quick like cut and
what
shit.
made
like,
you think this?
Or just cuts off at a weird spot. You're like, I don't. AI my
dude.
ass, dude.
Yeah, AI, I don't know, man. AI be on some funny shit, dude.
Yeah. Not there yet.
Not there yet. No. One day they're gonna like, kill us and molest us and shit like that, but not right now.
Kill us or molest us is crazy.
That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen right now.
The robot's like, I'm gonna get you.
I'm not gonna kill you. I'm gonna fuck you.
You're like, whoa, no, just kill me
just
instead.
Kill me.
Do y'all feel like it's just gonna like plateau after a while? I feel like AI is just gonna like kind of like hit a wall and just kind of like be at that level.
Well, we've already hit that wall.
Yeah, I think like it. Yes, until we get to the stage of like not needing to be careful with it. I think we've been so quote unquote careful with it.
I'm cool with that.
To a state, but like we'll get to a part where like people start doing some very dangerous implementations with AI, and that'll be where we really see whether it's gonna like truly plateau. Because like I think the plateau we've seen so far is like a plateau of fear rather than actual capability.
You think we're going within a realm?
We're stopping ourselves from what is possible,
pushing it further.
in my opinion.
Okay.
But like, I don't know. If it does get to that point where we're just like full on implementing AI into actually every part of our lives, including our own brains, then that might be the start of something. You know, like we might not be able to really know like what that looks like until we get to a stage where everything else is starting to kind of look like that.
Would you be a cyborg?
I don't know, man. I feel like there's part of me that like I kind of like the fact, it's not really a morbid thought, but I kind of like the fact that like people like shit ends.
Mm-hmm.
Like people end eventually. I almost feel like that's kind of like it's almost like a equalizer in terms of like life. Like shitty people are gonna die.
Yeah.
Good people are gonna die. Like no matter what, we're all gonna fucking like reach that end.
It's a conclusion for the journey that you've been on, whether that be a good or bad journey. It is that thing that kind of comes in and concludes that story.
Everything's cyclical.
Now, but if you remove that, if you like, so there's certain sciences that are looking as like aging as a disease, and like death is not as like, I guess at that stage, like we're supposed to live much longer than we do, but the way that we age is based on like the way that
lifestyle
we decay
like
in
that.
this, yeah. But like, I don't know how fucking true that is.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Like all these studies and shit, I'm like, I could take your word for it, but it's just like, fuck, it's tough. Cause,
and it's like, I would love to be the guy that was in fucking 5th and 6th grade and listening to my science teacher and taking everything in to be true. But now it's like, I look at a lot of the things we learned even then, and it's like, that wasn't fucking true.
Yeah,
all right, well,
lying,
fuck,
man.
what is?
Yeah,
God damn it.
Or it's like ever evolving where like that was true and now it's like not true. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Pluto was a planet.
It was, bro.
And now it's
We're all old enough to remember that Pluto was a planet.
Dude,
that's true.
Eventually, Uranus won't be a planet.
Uranus?
Isn't that the one next, or is it Neptune?
Neptune.
Neptune's
I kind of always
next to
like
Pluto.
Neptune though. I'll be honest with you, I always like Neptune.
I mean, it's kind of the idea.
It's kind of like that's like one you're like, that's kind of sick.
It's kind of the idea, like it plays into the idea that Terrence Howard had about like planets birthing from the sun, basically.
Yeah.
And if you look at that, it's kind of like you could use the 9 planets that we had, including Pluto, to be like a timeline of the universe.
And like eventually Neptune will
like
die off.
Eventually Neptune will die off in the same way that eventually we'll become as hot as Mars currently is, and dry, basically.
I wonder how that'll affect like the orbit at all. Does it affect that at all? Or?
Well, that's the thing. Is like, that's the thing that because like the idea that he threw out there essentially is like, because basically there's like excess material that comes off the sun,
like the emulsions and like solar flares.
Yeah,
and rays
and over
and stuff.
time it becomes like a planet, right?
Materialize.
Like some of them become asteroids and shit, you know. But like some of them form and then they'll become like as they go on, right?
Damn, a planet, dude! Holy shit!
But like, I
In
mean,
the system, and they like
it kind of works in like
the idea
logic.
is kind of a cool theory because it's like eventually like Pluto, right? It just the timeline is like when you look at it from like Mercury to Pluto lived its life and then it just kind of like Pluto was there at one point and then it got to where it is now and then it died.
The one thing I don't understand, and I might have to do some more research on that theory, is
how is it getting smaller?
Well, what I was gonna say is the one thing I don't understand is why Saturn has rings. If that theory is true, why Saturn is quote unquote unique in terms of the other planets in shape.
Are those gas rings? I never.
They are gaseous rings, but it's like, why? Like, what is that? Like, if we are looking at this as a timeline, will say Jupiter eventually have rings, or did Pluto once have rings?
They also say the asteroid belt was a planet.
It was
point.
What's it called?
I forgot
the 10th planet.
So when I went to Las Vegas recently, I saw the Sphere. I went to the Sphere shit.
That's fucking cool, dude.
You like,
I was in there.
You were in there?
What'd you see?
I saw. It was a documentary called Planet Earth or Hello Earth, some shit like that by Darren Aronofsky.
Awesome.
Fucking sick, bro. At first I was a little worried though. I ain't gonna hold you because like the first like 10 minutes, it just looks like a regular movie screen, and I was like, "The fuck is this?" Like, what a jip. And then eventually he's just like, and then fucking dramatically everything like opened up, and I was like, "Oh fuck, this is like crazy." And he was like talking about like life on Earth. It starts off with these like 2 astronauts. They land at a different planet, and they have to like plant vegetation. But before they plant the vegetation, they're kind of like being like schooled on like all the history of Earth and shit like that, and what went wrong or what went right. And it kind of ends on like them. Spoiler alert. It
not gonna go to Vegas anytime soon, buddy.
It kind of ends on like a shot of like the new planet they have. And funny enough, that planet had rings.
Oh shit!
It looked like similar to Earth. It was blue and some greens, but there were rings on the fucking planet.
And I think that there's something there because that is a very unique shape, and like we can describe. We can say, yeah, no, it's gas. It's like, Okay, what the
Yeah,
fuck are you
yeah.
saying? Why is there gas circling a
I'm
planet?
sure they know. I'm sure scientists know. We're not the ones that know.
No,
They-
right.
they
That's what I was
know.
saying. We might need to do. I might have to do some more research because that's the only part of Terrence Howard's theory that doesn't really make sense. Because
Mhm.
there's one planet out of the 9
Out
that
of all
is,
of them, yeah.
has a unique shape. Like some of them have different, more moons than others, and that comes as a conversation of gravitational stuff. But like the idea that there's one out of the 9 that has a different shape, and it's because of these gases. It's like, is that just in that region of space, or is that like where the
Specific
fuck
to
are
the
we
planet.
dealing with?
Who knows? Have you
knows,
seen
man.
Scavenger's Reign at all?
I haven't know.
Dude, that movie.
It's on HBO, right?
Yeah, Max. It's an animated. The animation's incredible. The intro's fucking awesome. But it's essentially they land on this planet. So there's humans and they're like transporting this stuff, but they end up landing on this crash landing on this planet. And this planet has just the craziest shit on there. And basically they all crash and they end up in different points on the planet. And you follow these different people and they're all trying to make it back to the ship.
This is a movie
get
or a series?
It's a series.
It's
They're
a-
about to come out with a second season. Honestly, incredible. But they all try to make it back to the ship to get like supplies and see if they can contact anybody. And it shows you all this different parts of this planet, like the little creatures on it and the plants. But the thing is the thing about that planet is everything on the planet essentially is a scavenger.
Oh. Okay.
Everything is kind of just feeding on everything. There is no really. The harmony is that essentially you're probably like everything is
Some like vulture shit, bro.
everything is preying on everything.
It's
So,
kinda crazy.
For them to even
Sounds
make it to the ship.
stressful.
Yeah.
No, the
I mean,
whole
that's
thing
an
is, yeah.
interesting like concept as far as like the food chain. You know, like something eats something, and we eat something, and that eats something, and that eats something. But in that concept is like, nah, fucking everybody
Everything
free
goes
for all,
everything,
motherfucker.
No, 100%. The way that it does is
And
literally-
somehow it works out, that like everything is like
yeah.
that way. Damn, that's crazy.
But the humans are basically just fighting for their life
Ugh.
the whole time to get back to the ship. They're just like fighting to survive.
You ever-
Everything is an obstacle.
you guys
every
ever see
episode.
that anime Terror Farmers with those big ass roaches? You ever seen that
I don't
shit?
think I've seen that.
No, it's anime.
It's an anime where like these like astronauts or some shit like that. They're dealing like I guess Earth or something, some fucking planet. I think Mars got taken over by these giant fucking roaches, like swole as fuck, dieseled up roaches that are just brutal as fuck. Bro, they'll come and rip someone's head off like fast as fuck.
Oh shit.
That sounds awesome.
And it's pretty crazy. There's actually a live action movie, and that's just wild, bro. It looks crazy. Like, I was like, what the fuck? What idea is this? I already don't like roaches like that, but I was like, man, imagine one day you see like a Shaq level fucking roach.
Dude, if you
coming
see
out.
a roach with a 6-pack, I promise
Yeah,
you, I'm gonna
dude.
run so fast.
man. Dude, let me fucking Google this real
These
quick. I
nuclear
almost
waste
want to
gonna-
show you like Terror Farmers because it's so
Alright.
fucking.
While he's looking it up, you hold it down. I'm
You're
gonna use the
go take a
restroom real
piss.
quick.
Let me show you these dieseled up fucking.
Shaq Diesel roaches,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah, I
Dude,
gotta check
fuck
that
yeah.
score as well. Look at this shit.
What the fuck? Fuck that.
They're all like that, dude.
That's fucking a super roach.
And they're just fucking killing motherfuckers, bro. Like,
That's a fucking
killing
roach with gamma radiation or some shit.
them. God damn, what's happening right now? Man, it's 10-21, bro. The Chiefs are up 21.
Fuck.
Bills are 10. Second quarter.
Fuck the Chiefs. I should have bet on them. I'm telling you, I was really considering it because I was in that mode where I was like, I know they're gonna fucking win.
I wish we could bet here, man.
I know, I do.
You
Well,
like Prize Picks and
I
shit?
shouldn't say what I do. I was
Oh,
about
you
to
like
say.
I got you.
No, I mean, I use VPNs to
Mhm.
like kind of go into other states and be able to bet, but I try not to do it very much.
Nah, I feel you. I'm the same way. I just wish it was like legal. I have some friends that are in like Florida and shit. So every
Mhm.
once in a while, I'll text them and be like, "Yo, throw some money over here. I'll send you this."
No, yeah, my pops is going to fucking Massachusetts. No, he's going to Pennsylvania tomorrow, and I think betting is legal there. Well, fucking, I don't remember where he's going, but wherever he's going,
It
up
might
on the,
be, yeah.
it's somewhere in the.
I think we're the only one that this and like there's a couple other states that don't.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, it's just illegal.
I mean, for us, it kind of makes no, it doesn't make sense. You can make sense out of it whenever you talk about like the Texas Gaming Commission, but it's still just very much like bullshit.
Yeah.
And I get it because like on like the conservative view, like people will say that like this gambling
Some
stuff
sin
that
and
is like
shit,
kind of
bro. It's like-
yeah, like I don't get it, but I guess if that's like a tradition or like a traditional viewpoint that you have, I guess I can understand why you have it. I don't understand why that traditional viewpoint is being implemented across like a state.
Yeah.
you know, like it doesn't really, especially like the biggest state, like it's fucking, we have the most people.
That's
Like,
I feel like there's so much. It's almost like legalizing weed, where I'm like, there's so much money on the table. What the fuck are you guys doing?
that one makes a lot more sense because of the cartels.
Oh,
But like the gaming commissions is like, come on, just let me fucking bet on the fucking Bills or the Chiefs.
Instead,
like,
I do this. I do these fantasy fucking picks, dude, and it's
Right.
Like,
And that, in my opinion, is like actually worse for like the gambler per se, because like
so many variables.
there's so many fucking variables. And I saw a tweet recently, and it's fucking accurate, where it's like, man, somebody fucking puts sports gambling on Hall of Fame difficulty or some shit because I can't make a fucking parlay to fucking save my life.
I love seeing the, and I don't know if it's always been this way, because like I said, I'm a casual like football viewer, but like I'm used to the memes in like soccer and shit, and like the Premier League and stuff, and those are sometimes they get fucking pretty brutal, bro.
Yeah.
Like on some racist shit, on some like fucking super offensive memes.
Well, that's
but football's becoming that way, dude. 'Cause
it is.
Lamar Jackson, bro. Last week I saw the fucking. They were just like, man, every time I have my fucking price picks, like. He'd be fucking up or somebody. Or that Andrews dude, the one that fumbled the ball.
Oh, dude, he was getting death threats.
They were on his ass. I was like, this is crazy.
Like fucking with Lamar, as soon as he lost, they started fucking superseding Drewski's face over him for memes.
Yeah,
talking about Lamar whenever I got slips on him.
I also saw like Samuel L. Jackson on him, and I was like, well, this doesn't look that bad.
Samuel
like,
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know. You do a fucking DNA test, man.
Hey man, but it's funny. About the soccer fans, like it's strange like how that is starting to like seep into like the European culture of like, man, I'll fucking kill you over my team. It's starting to seep into like American sports in the form of, for sure, football first. Like I think basketball and baseball and some of the other sports in America aren't really getting that like hostility yet.
Maybe
baseball
with teams, maybe with certain teams,
right?
You know what
like
I mean? Certain fan bases,
Yankees,
Boston,
and fucking, like Dodgers or some shit. Yeah, for sure.
Dodgers.
Boston sports, Boston sports,
they go hard,
huge on their fucking people. But like, what I'm saying is like that's you're right. Like it's very like new. Like it used to be just like kind of like it is what it is type shit.
Now they fucking lost.
But
like,
in the European shit, it's always been like Barcelona lost to Real Madrid today. 17 deaths, 14 injured. Like it's just like, fuck.
They don't serve beer over there in Spain, bro, because of that shit. If you go to a soccer game in Spain, they won't serve you beer in the stadium.
Oh shit.
So most people pregame, or they fucking what's it called over here, bro? Like not a potluck.
Tailgate.
A tailgate. They'll kind of do shit like that before going to the game because you can't buy alcohol there.
Right.
Because it gets so fucking crazy.
That's crazy. I mean, it's probably smart, but that's fucking insane that they had to implement that.
I don't know if it's Spain or if it's in London or England. I can't remember if it's one of those two, but I know for sure they don't serve you like alcohol there.
I mean, it's probably good that they implemented that.
They get crazy, man. I saw, because I'm a big Arsenal fan.
Okay.
So I watch Arsenal games, and like last week they fucked up. They were like they were leading this team like 2-0, and then like within like 10 minutes the other team came back.
Oh shit.
And I followed this dude on YouTube, and he went on like a rant for like an hour and a half. That was like, this is bullshit. The fall of like he was calling for the head of the fucking manager and shit. I was like, God damn, like
shit. I mean, there was a Lions fan last week when they lost to the Commanders. There was a Lions fan. He was on stream, and like the beginning of the game, like he's like, man, you Commanders ain't got shit on us. And he was on stream the whole time. And you just fast forward, you see his meltdown like over a 3-hour span, but like on a fast forward. So he's just walking around his room, like at the end he's crying, like actual tears, crying on
could
stream.
you ever be that passionate about something?
I mean, I'm pretty passionate about sports, but not that passionate about sports. Nah, I'll get pissed off if some shit happens, but I'm not gonna fucking cry about it.
Not that level, not that. I would never get that level.
I feel like younger maybe because I was like, there's a couple of fight. I'm a big also like combat sports person.
Same.
I love boxing.
I love boxing and MMA. Yeah.
So I remember Pacquiao got knocked the fuck out, and I was like, bro, I was devastated. I went home and I like fucking shed some tears. I was like, this motherfucker got knocked out.
See,
what?
Pacquiao had that like like star power though. Like he was like, if you didn't fuck with Floyd, then you fucked with Pacquiao type shit.
It was almost like not to call Floyd an evil bastard, no shit like that. But it was kind of like the yin and it was kind of like the yin and yang. Like this is the fucking.
I would say so too, because like Floyd was that like dark horse. He was at first when he was like Money Mayweather, like he was just knocking people out.
He was fucking them up.
And then like whenever he became Pretty Boy Floyd, that's whenever like it started getting like marketing wise. Like he's like, man, I don't give a fuck about y'all. And You need that in combat sports. I'm not gonna say that there's not a
villain?
place for that. You definitely need that.
for
It
sure.
sells tickets. It gets
Because Ali
people-
was a villain, to be honest with
Yeah,
you. Like
at
back in the
first.
day, at first they
And
did
then
not
this-
like him. Yeah,
especially whenever he fucking decided not to go to the army or whatever,
Mhm.
and they made him stop
Oh,
fighting for 2
he's
years.
Muslim.
Good on Ali though.
No, yeah, good on
Ali.
him. But it was,
You know that's why he went like.
that's why they
Muslim,
took
though?
around him.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
He's like,
yeah.
he's like, fuck you. I'm not going. That's all you guys.
He's like, that's none of my business. I have no business over there, dude. Like,
But like, yes, so that there's a place for that. But I think with the Floyd and Pacquiao conversation, it was like Pacquiao was kind of like the same guy through and through. Whereas you could see kind of like where the success got to Floyd's head, and he started like trying to changing his ego and like how he went about
and
his stuff.
he became very
Still
much
fucking
like,
great,
yeah, still
but
great for
it's
sure.
just like it's one of those things like, okay, well,
That's the separation,
Yeah,
especially
yeah.
for me, where it's like you ended up fighting all these guys. I got to give it to him, and you
Yeah.
ended up like being undefeated. But the timing of when you're fighting these guys
That's
is very like.
very.
He waited until Pacquiao was way past his prime.
Yeah, well, I
Cane-
mean,
he fought. He
that
caught,
for a
he
lot
caught,
of
he
guys.
caught Canelo very early in his. Bro, he was like 23 when he fought
De La
Canelo.
Hoya, I think, was already in his
he was
late
like,
30s.
He was like 37, 38.
Yeah,
so he was kind of
like all of the big names that were on Floyd's resume, not all, but a lot of the big names on Floyd's resume were that. Well, if it happened 3 years before, then it would have probably meant more. Basically, he's still undefeated, but still,
Yeah.
it's like
I think there's where the kind of like what the fuck would you call it, bro? Not the crux of it, but that's kind of like what kind of not
It's like an asterisk.
yeah, almost like a slight asterisk to his shit where it's like
yeah,
I
it's
don't
like
know.
the record speaks for itself, but it is one. It's more of a conversation about, I guess, like scheduling than anything, because it's like, I mean, say for like if you just like go into a different sport like basketball or whatever, you can like they tried to make the argument of saying that like we're done with the 90s, like
Yeah.
all these stats, like Jordan wasn't as good as da 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 da. It's like, but yeah, but I mean, like if you plug him into today's game, he's gonna be fucking good.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just about, and if you plug anyone from today's game back then, they're still going to be fucking good. It's just a conversation about like the timing of it all and how it all played out. Like without Jordan and those guys, then you wouldn't have gotten the guys that we have today. So like you can't take that argument and just be like, well, if it's this, then that, and if it's that, then this. It's like,
It's not that.
I agree,
Yeah.
but also that's not reality. So
Yeah.
like,
I definitely agree with you on that, man. Who would you say is your like boxing goat? Would it be Ali, bro?
nah, I mean, honestly, for me, I'm a little what's the word I'm looking for? I like fucking Sugar Ray Leonard.
I like Ray Robinson, but I see what you're saying. Ray Leonard's
Yeah.
really good.
And then Mike will always have that special place in my heart just because of his like persona. I feel like he was obviously a fucking knockout artist, but like just like I guess what he meant to boxing at the time, and also
Or
like
like a
still,
motherfucker,
still
bro.
like to this day type shit.
Insane.
But those two, and then Roy Jones Jr.
Oh man, Roy Jones is a motherfucker, bro.
But outside of those, I would say like the goats were like before my time. Like even those guys were before my time.
Yeah.
But like the guys that like get talked about a lot, I probably haven't been as well versed on. I'm also a lot more versed on MMA than boxing
I got you.
specifically.
What would
Um,
John be the guy in MMA?
You can't.
Yeah.
Come on. It's like we can say that he's not a good guy.
Yeah.
But we can't
He's
say
a
he's not the
monster.
fucking greatest of
nah,
all
he's the
time.
guy. It kind of throws me off when people throw Habib in there so like quick. I'm like, I don't know about
I
Habib.
get it because he
Yeah.
had a dominant career, but it's like it's John. Bro.
No,
It's
no one's
John.
beating him at this point.
Yeah,
There's no one
John's
that
the
can
man.
beat him.
Bro,
I think.
John Jones didn't train for the fight with Gustafsson, fucking winning on coke.
He still
Won.
pulled it out, bro.
Won somehow.
Somehow he won, yeah.
And didn't stop taking coke. He just kept doing coke before fights. It's just like, what
Yeah,
the fuck?
I think the first DC fight he popped for coke.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember I bet my homeboy Josh. That's my name. His name. I bet him like $50, and I was like, "Fuck, I have to pay this fucker," because I thought DC was gonna win. I was in wrestling in high school, so I was like, "Dude, wrestler all day, like,
Yeah.
got him."
I mean, and DC had a fucking hell of a run. He just
Yeah.
couldn't beat John.
Couldn't beat John. but once John popped for coke, I called him and I was like, "Man, your boy pop, bro." I was like, "I'm gonna need my money back. This is that." He's like, "Motherfucker, it's cocaine." He's like, "He didn't like."
That's not a
Yeah,
performance
he's like, "It's not
enhancer.
a PED." I'm like, "All right, fuck, it was worth a try." And I was like, but yeah,
Still
no.
illegal. How
John,
about
I
that?
think John's the guy, man. John, GSP, fucking Anderson, of course.
Yeah.
Those are the guys.
Fuck yeah, dude. I love fucking MMA.
Hell yeah.
Just to get him a little bit more involved in this
Gosh,
conversation,
sorry.
I want to pick
Oh,
your
I'm chill.
brain. I want to pick your brain about movies. 'Cause you
let's do
did
it.
kind of speak on that earlier. So, like, what is like your genre? Like, what genre of movie do you like kind of lean towards? And then, like, what are some classics in that genre?
I
that
could give you
fuck
my
with?
top 5.
Okay, let's
I
fucking
was,
do
I was
that.
thinking about that last time. I'll give you my top 5, and I would like to hear your top 5 if you guys
Mhm.
have it or any. Movies
I could
that you
try.
guys-
I can never choose a top 5. I'll give you some movies I like, but top 5 is always tough.
In no order. Well, doing an order. I do no order.
Okay.
But one that's was like has always been there was like Fight Club.
okay.
I remember watching that shit when I was like, I downloaded that bitch because I remember hearing like some dude on YouTube and he was like, yeah, Fight Club directed by David Fincher, and I was like, what is this shit? What the fuck is he talking about? And I downloaded a torrent of it allegedly, and I added it to my PSP, bro. And I remember I had school the next day. It was on
That's some fucking shit right there. To the PSP.
to the PSP,
Holy shit.
and it was like, dude,
Lord.
it was like fucking, I think 10 or 11, and I was like, all right, cool. This movie's long as fuck. I was like, let me watch this shit. I was watching it. No spoiler, but there's like some kind of twist that goes on.
Mhm.
I'm like, what the fuck? And then it threw me off completely. And then the movie finishes, and I'm just like, okay. And I've never done this before. I literally like left clicked on my PSP and watched it again,
Hell yeah, dude.
just back to back immediately.
That's fire.
That'd be
See,
one. Yeah. Oh, go
I
ahead.
just started watching. Not just started watching. I just saw that for the first time last year.
Oh, really?
Kind of crazy because like whenever it came out, like when we were kids, and like whenever it had its popularity at that time, for me, I just thought it was like a movie about literally a fight
Yeah,
club.
yeah.
So I mean, I didn't know shit about the twist. I didn't know shit about
The
like
psychology of it all and
exactly like in how well it was put together, like how well it was shot, and all the
Mhm.
different like all the different fucking
shit.
elements that they
yeah.
implemented into the movie.
Especially with the audio, bro.
Fuck
They're
yeah,
fucking,
dude.
bro. They had like, I have the Blu-ray, and they were just showing the behind the scenes. They literally had meat and motherfuckers just like, so it could get
Yeah.
like very realistic like punching effects. Because
And
before it was
so-
like Rocky, like fucking fake ass like sounding punches.
And for me, I was like very
True.
surprised when I saw it for the first time. I was like, this came out 20 years ago?
Yeah.
This looks fucking amazing.
Oh yeah. Visually looks crazy, man.
You could drop that now and
Like,
it'd
if
still
you-
be a hit.
If you didn't
be a
know
hit
what Brad
instantly.
Pitt looked like right now, you could buy
Mm-hmm.
that being coming out now
Mhm.
type shit.
Yeah, I remember I wanted to get in that sick of shape, and I was like, this is like damn near impossible.
Yeah, no, for real.
Like-
Those movie stars go through some crazy
Yeah,
shit to
nah.
get to that level.
Also, like the whole like it always kills me. 'Cause I do like Marvel and shit, but like whenever I see like Thor or Hugh Jackman cut up, and I see motherfuckers like, oh man, he just drank water. He fucking went on this liquid diet.
No.
And I'm like, motherfucker was juiced to the gills.
That
bro.
is
Fucking
Ozempic.
crazy.
Steroids and Ozempic and fucking Wegovy and
I was
every
like,
fucking
are you
weight loss
fucking
drug on the
crazy,
planet.
bro? I was like, nah, he ain't he ain't doing a fucking bone broth like fast and shit. Like this is not happening,
This
dude.
is not a diet.
Nah, dude. I was like, get the fuck out. It's just unrealistic. But it's funny to me that people see shit like that and they're just like, that's attainable naturally. When it's just
Right.
like, what are you doing?
That's not even close to attainable naturally.
All right, so we got Fight Club.
What's some of the other ones?
So I'd throw in Goodfellas. Obviously, I'm
a
a
good one.
huge fan of Goodfellas.
good one? I used to. Dude, I grew up on all those Goodfellas, Casino, dude.
Casino's underrated. to be
Taxi
honest with you.
cat or
Casino's
taxi
nice.
driver, sorry.
Taxi
Yeah, dude.
driver.
Freaking Casino is honestly an all timer. That movie is in.
Bro, De Niro suits. That motherfucker has a different suit in every scene of the movie, bro.
In
It's
Goodfellas?
hard. No, in Casino.
I was like, for real? I don't remember
In
that.
Casino, bro, when they're in Vegas, he literally like they made it a thing to where like whenever he's in like a scene, he has like a different fit on like at all times.
That's fire.
Like, bro, that's a lot of fun. That's expensive, bro. A lot of them suits
Yeah.
are fucking pricey. But yeah, it'd be Goodfellas, Fight Club. What else? The Departed. I don't know if you
I
guys.
was
That's
just
a
about to ask
fucking
if you
good
saw
one,
that.
bro.
Fucking,
actually.
dude, honestly, I
Because
think
of
I've
that.
seen The Departed more than I've seen Goodfellas. Just because, like, my senior year of high school, I don't know why. I have to this day, I don't know why the fuck I got really into that movie.
The twist on that one's great
Oh,
too.
fantastic! And
Awesome twist at the end.
I knew the history of it. I knew that it was like a semi remake of like a Hong Kong movie. I knew that like if you watch this, no spoiler, but like anytime there's an X behind like in the scene. So for example, you'll see DiCaprio in an airport and there'll be X's like while he's
Mhm.
walking. It's a signal that someone's gonna die.
Oh, shit.
So in the elevator, if you look behind them, there's X's. They put X's all over the movie, and then
That's
like
crazy.
in every other scene, like someone's gonna die as soon as you see that shit. If you notice it, you're like, fuck. In the next scene, someone gets like got. So for I don't know why, but like yeah, my senior year I got really into it, and I watched that bitch a lot, bro. Honestly, I was watching like damn near like almost twice a week type shit. I had the script, a copy of the script on my fucking computer. Like I really got into it. I don't know.
That's kind of wild.
I have no idea why. To this day, I'm like, it's just a really good fucking movie. But
Now, that is a movie you watch and you're like, this movie is great. Like this
Shit
is all
took you
time.
down like every fucking avenue before
Also
they
funny.
shocked you with
Also, like
what
a
it
funny
was.
fucking movie. Like it's pretty hilarious. Like some of the shit, like
Star-studded too.
Oof. Yeah,
Fucking
that,
star-studded.
so I've been
dude.
showing my friends that because like my friend Brittany didn't watch it and my friend Mariah didn't watch it. I was like, yo, you have to fucking. What's wrong with y'all? Like this shit's crazy, and they didn't know anything about it. And I was like, damn, Alec Baldwin's in this bitch, Mark Wahlberg's in this bitch, like DiCaprio, Nicholson. I feel like that's like Nicholson's like last greatest like.
It was
like great movie to be honest.
One of his like final like classic
Yeah,
performances.
nah, for sure. I think it came out like 06, I think. But yeah, it'd be The Departed, Goodfellas, Fight Club, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Love that movie
beautiful,
too.
dude.
I love that movie. It's so creative. To me, that if I had to rank them, it'd be Fight Club, but then that'd be number 2. But man, sometimes that shit feels like number 1, bro, because it's super creative. And
I
really
love
nice
honestly sad movies like that. I don't
That
know
shit-
what it is about them, dude. Just like some, I'm just like, damn, that hit right here, bro. I felt that.
I don't know if y'all know this, but the guy who did the music for that movie his name is John Bryan.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever our boy Mac Miller passed, and he had circles out there, they brought in John Bryan to finish it.
Oh
So
shit!
that's a crazy connection to two things that I really enjoy.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like homeboy that like helped him finish the album, who was working with him on Swimming.
well, because that movie was big for Mac and his like inspiration from like some interviews that he was like saying. That's crazy they brought him in. I didn't
What's
know
your
that.
YouTube channel, by the way, that you do
I
the
think
reviews on?
I think it's just under my name, Cesar Perez.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Cesar
I think
Perez.
if you want to like really find me, you could put like CPU Sin XD, and then I'll probably pop up.
What kind of reviews? You just like same thing. You like talk about stuff like that.
Yeah,
like,
so it'd
interesting
be like
details?
movie reviews, music reviews. Although I've been kind of slowing down with the music reviews, just because like there's been some albums where I'm like I have nothing good to say about it, and I'm like I don't want to
Yeah.
just come on and shit on something. But I don't know. My friend told me that people would still like want my opinion on it, and, like why I didn't like jive with it or like.
I would
with
say
it.
that there's an avenue there. It is a hard line to walk because
Yeah.
you don't want to be disrespectful to a degree,
Yeah,
but
I
you
don't wanna be
also don't
disrespectful.
want to like censor yourself based off of like how other people might view
Mhm.
your take on it. So it is a fine line
Like
to walk.
Fantano be brutal on this shit. Be calling shit mid and like this is like a 0 out of 10 and shit.
I don't like his
I'm like,
opinions
fuck,
personally.
dude.
Every time he gives an opinion on an album, I'm like, I can't take your music taste.
I'm
seriously.
very like here and there. I'll seek out certain videos, but I'm not watching all of his shit. There's just no way. Yeah, because he could be very brutal on shit. Where I'm just like, damn, dog. Like, well, originally he gave Swimming like a really low review, like 4 out of 10, and that's one of his most disliked videos. And then years later, he did like a redo, and he's just like, yeah, I was kind of tripping on that. Like, it's just fantastic.
I mean, I would challenge anyone to like. It's literally at this point, if you don't like Mac Miller, I have to question whether or not you're racist. At the end of the day, I have to make that question because, like, why? Like, what's the problem here? This is great music.
Because, like, even like even if you're just watching from afar and you're like, I don't really jam like that. Like, creatively, he's really good. Production wise, he's really good. He don't really have no production that's like god awful or like just sounds tinny or no shit like that.
And
like,
I mean, like, even some of the side projects, like the Delusional Thomas and stuff that he was doing,
like Larry Lovestein.
Larry
shit.
Lovestein, bro, like all of that was so creative, and but like sometimes whenever an artist goes outside of their like focal point to try to be creative, it's like you can tell, like, oh, this is like a creative avenue, and usually there's some like hiccups there of them learning how to navigate that avenue. He was fucking seamless with multiple different personalities.
Yeah, the Larry Lovestein, I really like that album a lot. It's all jazz. It's all like him playing the piano. I was like, damn.
And his live shows for Larry Lovestein were fucking awesome.
That's what I'm saying. Such a creative dude. He's for sure like one of the artists that like I would love to have seen live, like back in the Gap. But man, unfortunately, he's like not here anymore.
Yeah, I feel that way also about Juice WRLD.
Oh man.
Fucking. But before I get into that, what's your fifth movie?
So the fifth one would be
What was that for? It was Eternal, Departed, Fight Club.
and Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. Would be the
Goodfellas,
one, yeah.
okay.
So the fifth one is like probably the most recent movie I think that came out. Like in terms of like years wise, it used to be Catch Me If You Can with DiCaprio and Tom Hanks. I don't know if you've ever seen that
Another
movie.
great one. Yeah, another great one.
It used to be that one, but it got pushed out by fucking Avengers Endgame, man. I don't
Oh,
that
shit.
Yeah,
shit
that's a good one.
that shit blew me away, bro. I was like in theaters like cheering. And just that whole day, bro.
Fuck yeah.
Just so fun. Just like, let's
Dude, just that whole day was like a trip because like I remember like I would like at the time of my life I was like with this girl and then like I picked her up after work and we were hauling ass to the theater. We got there, we fucking chopped to like get in there. Like everything just felt so like on some like limitless shit. I was just like I have to like fucking lock in. Then you finally sit down and the movie fucking blows me away and shit. And I'm just like, wow, what a fantastic! Everyone was cheering.
Yeah.
Everyone was. it felt like a fucking concert or some shit like that. Or like
That
a
was
thing
one
or
of those that
something.
was like a community experience.
Mhm.
Damn, honestly, that for that alone, I wish I would have gotten into Marvel.
Oh man, not for sure, dude.
Yeah,
Just for that
he's-
moment.
He shits
All
on,
the other stuff
on
I don't
Marvel
care.
a lot.
Do
Well,
you catch up, or are you caught up, or I don't even know what the fuck. There's so many.
Nah,
movies
dude,
and
I'm
shit,
not-
dude.
there's so much.
I'll admit,
fucking-
I'm never gonna do that. But, like, I watch
He-
movies here and there, but I just will never.
I think you've seen all the Spider-Mans.
I've seen all.
Okay.
I love Spider-Man. Dude. I've
Spider-Man's
seen
the
all the
shit.
Spider-Mans. I saw the original Iron Man. I saw Hulk. I saw Ant-Man. I saw Thor Ragnarok.
So all the origin stories and then that Thor movie.
Yeah. I think that's all of them. None of the Avengers.
None of them.
Okay.
None of the Avengers
Jesus,
movies.
that's low key, man.
That I would say is a good like watch. Like you could do it's 3 Avengers movies
Yeah.
now. No, 4 because
I
I
guess
guess Civil War is kind of a
basically
fourth one.
Avengers movie, yeah.
But if you watch those, like they're actually kind of fun. Like the
Yeah.
first one's fun. Like there's a lot of jokes and comedic scenes in there. Like
I
whenever
probably really enjoyed the action and stuff.
I think you would.
I
Like, you-
think Endgame
I think
is a
you-
good cap. I think if you ended on Endgame, perfect.
that's what everyone says.
Perfect.
After
Like,
that,
that's
it's just
what I
like
would say.
it's
Yeah,
like,
after
all
that,
right.
it's like a continuation, and like to me, I don't think the quality has dropped as drastically, but it is like it's such a fucking peak, bro.
It's
that
exactly
like
what
it's
it is.
so hard to like you're not like it's gonna be years before like we're ever gonna see some shit like that.
Yeah, people are comparing what now is like what we're getting now to like what we were getting for in game. And that is the worst thing you can do
Nah,
because it took so long to get to in game. Like it
Yeah.
took literally 10, 12 years
Yeah, 10, 12 years like
to
of
get to that
planning
point
and-
where they could accumulate all of the different planning that they've done over that time span to give you this beautiful thing. Now they have to like basically like a comedian does throw out their whole set and write new jokes.
Mhm.
And it's like this is also a little bit different because in the way that like the new jokes have to work. It
Yeah.
can't be like a workout set. You're releasing shit and spending billions of dollars.
Yeah, you can't
on
work
shit.
out new material.
This
You gotta
is not
fucking,
new. This
yeah.
has to fucking work.
And I don't know how you guys feel about this franchise, but I've never been into it personally. But seeing the way like they kind of fucked Star Wars up was crazy, bro. Like the fact that they bought that bitch for like $1 billion,
Yeah.
had no fucking plan at all,
and they
bro.
just shit on it. Every Star Wars fan just pissed off.
I was like, this is crazy. This is fucking
It's-
wild. Like, how
it's-
do you do that and then just not have a plan, like movie to movie? What the fuck?
It's kind of crazy that they really just took the Fast and Furious approach. Like, let's just fucking pump these shits out.
Just do it. Yeah, let's just do it.
Because I mean, I've told him before. It's like a lot of those Disney movies are really predicated around selling toys.
Toys,
And merchandise.
Once Disney buys it, it's like, all right, quality's gonna drop, guys. Just know that.
We're not in the business of
Dude,
making
it's-
shows
it's damn
anymore.
near- it's damn near a monopoly. You're talking about UFC earlier. It's fucking almost a monopoly because they own Fox. They own like a bunch of fucking. They own Harry Potter. They own Well, I don't know if they own Harry Potter. Actually, I'm not sure about that.
No,
Well,
it's in Disney World.
Yeah,
Is
they
it?
have.
Yeah.
They have at least some licensing towards the Harry Potter. I don't know if they own it, but
Harry Potter
Or
goes
is that at
hard,
Orlando Studios?
you might.
It might be Orlando
I don't actually know.
Can't remember now.
Fuck. What was I gonna say?
Something.
Something.
Talk about monopolies and shit. Talk
Yeah.
about.
That's exactly what it was. I think our society has lost the idea of what a monopoly looks like.
Yeah.
I think we have so many monopolies that we just accept and just take into account to say like, okay, well, that business. For example, is there another face tissue company?
No.
Kleenex.
Kleenex, bro. Or Puffs or whatever the fuck
Is
it
there
yeah.
another
Yeah.
Ear cleaning company, or is it
Q-tips.
just Q-tips?
It's just Q-tips.
It's like, I mean, we have accepted
That
it
and
so
then
deeply.
store brand.
Like, sure,
Mhm.
you can make face tissue and ear cleaners, but like the propensity that you will have to change a person's brain
Mhm.
about it not being called a Q-tip is almost impossible
Yeah,
at this stage.
Because most fucking sodas are just referred to as Coke.
Correct.
Down here, yeah.
Yeah.
Up north, it's pop.
It's pop, huh? I
Yeah, it
heard,
is.
I had a
Soda
friend
pop.
that would be like, "Yeah, I got some pop or some shit like that."
No,
I
you
was
know what's
like,
crazy? People, I know, because I've met a lot of people that, a lot more recently moving to Texas, and they're just like, dude, who the fuck drinks Dr. Pepper? And then just everyone down here.
Literally,
drinks
oh,
Dr.
yeah.
every single person
Like,
I know.
Dr. Pepper in Texas is fucking huge. Like, dude, up north, no one drinks
no one
that
drinks
shit.
today. What the fuck?
It's
Yeah.
just like sweet Coke,
Yeah,
basically.
isn't it
Sweeter,
like it's
yeah.
not? I forget what the fuck it is exactly, but I've read the like 23 flavors bullshit,
Mm-hmm.
and it's
It is bullshit. That's the
yeah,
right
yeah. It's like some kind of thing. It's almost like if you look at Mr. Pibb, it's like spicy cola, or spicy cherry cola, or some shit like that. But I'm just like,
Oh
damn.
yeah, I do know what you're talking about.
You know what I mean?
No,
Where
it
it's
is
like-
spicy. Yeah, it is. That's exact. No, that's what it is. It is spicy
So it's
cherry. It's already got
crazy.
like a cherry. Dr Pepper kind of is already like.
Right?
Yeah,
it's
it's like
kind of like
cherry.
fucking around.
And then they put cherry. It's like you
kind
can't.
of double dipping a little
Yeah,
bit.
that's
You know
what
what I
I'm
mean?
saying, Like it already is that. You can't fucking do that shit. But I mean, they got vanilla. I'm sure they're gonna try more flavors. No, you know who needs to stop? Oreo. Oreo needs to fucking quit, bro.
I saw Post Malone's Oreos recently the other
Bro,
day. That shit
just-
like,
They're like, we got mint, we have Dr Pepper,
We got lemon.
Sour Patch. Why do you have Sour Patch Oreos?
my stomach
Stop.
hurt, dog. That shit makes my stomach hurt. God damn.
Sounds gross.
I saw someone review them and they're like, Dub, this is exactly what you think would be.
Bro.
Don't fucking, it's
Don't
horrible.
fucking buy that
That's
shit.
that's a
terrible.
fucking rabbit hole. The YouTube food reviewers,
Dude,
Bro.
yes, that is a rabbit
There's
hole.
that one dude, that big motherfucker he chugs shit. His name's like Chugs XP
Oh,
or some
dude,
shit
I know
like
what
that.
you're talking about. Fuck, I
He'll
don't remember
chug
his
like
name.
bro, like a 2-liter just.
Have you seen the dude who fucking will like eat liquids with a fork?
Oh no,
Bro, he'll
what
like
the
fill
fuck?
up a fish tank with like say Dr. Pepper, for example, and drink the entire fish tank on a time lapse video. And he's not drinking it with a cup. He's not pouring it.
He has
He's
a
getting
fork?
a fork and just sipping whatever he can get on that fork.
Seems
Would you say these are
insane,
the
bro.
heroes of the world, dude? They're sacrificing themselves for our entertainment.
He's definitely sacrificing himself. That one dude I mentioned, because he's drinking shit at a clip that I'm like, bro, you gotta slow the fuck down.
This could not
like,
be healthy.
No, it's like you ever. I don't know if you know who Steve Will Do It is. I don't watch any other
yeah.
The Dumb
content.
boy.
Yeah, I don't watch any other shit. But I just this video where he grabs a whole handle of liquor. It's
Oh,
like,
just downs that shit.
just downs the whole. I'm like, that you gotta be dead after that.
Honestly, his first
There's no
videos
way.
were the best videos because like it was the
Now it's
first,
all gambling. He's just a
Yeah,
gambling
he's
addict.
literally
now.
fucking gambling.
yeah, it's all pics.
his
and
first
shit.
one was
Yeah.
He ate like 20,000 milligrams of fucking THC. Like he had like
my
I think
God.
it was 20 packs of like weed gummies, and each one had 1,000 milligrams in it.
Holy fuck,
So he ate all 20 of them bitches,
bro!
and then
50
the
milligrams.
rest of
does
the
me in,
video
bro.
was just him just fucking fried. He was working out, just like swimming, just like doing some shit, just.
Bro, before I went to Vegas, I got my hand on some edibles, and they were like 50 milligrams, and they're tough, man. I'm
Yeah,
not
that's
gonna
a
lie
lot.
to you. Like, I felt good for like 2 hours and a half, but then I'd be laying down, I'd be like, I'm still high. I'm like stretching out, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, 10's like if you want to be like kind of like still active. 30's like, oh, I'm getting pretty high. 50 plus, you're just like,
I feel like
only
20,
getting
20 is
worse.
like
Going for
20
it.
is decent. I think 20 is like a good little
20 is a
sweet
good,
spot
like,
for me, man.
I'm walking around weed.
I could do shit. I could do shit on that because I've had some like homemade ones where I'm like, I don't know how y'all measure this shit, but like, boy,
Bro, I mean, speaking of homemade ones, there was one time we fucking Daniel made some brownies at the house, allegedly. And
the funny thing is I don't even smoke.
Really?
I
He
just,
doesn't?
yeah, I don't smoke at
No.
all. But the thing I made the brownies, and I was like, fuck it, I'll try it. I made.
I
these
would
up.
have bet my life that you smoke weed. That's
Everyone would
crazy.
bet their
Everyone
life.
would
That's
actually, yeah, yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I don't smoke weed at all.
But essentially, as a group, we all like understood exactly what we were experiencing, and the only word that we could use to to describe it was turbulence. Legitimately,
It's a
it
great
felt like we
word.
were on a fucking plane, just
Oh my
just going
God.
up and
there's
fucking.
like 7 of us just in the living room, just like no one's moving or talking. Everyone's just like,
Oh my God, dude.
Just, dude,
I
like,
felt that way on
literally-
shrooms. Whenever I first took shrooms, dude, that was
Yeah.
such a weird day. It was the day homeboy died. Black Panther, Chadwick
Oh,
Boseman.
shit.
He died, and I went over to my boy's house. I had just came from like this crazy trip where
What
I
is
went like a cross country and shit.
Shrooms.
I had my boy was like, man, so what you think? And he like had some shit. I forgot what the fuck they called it. He had some like dough that he put it in. He's like, you just eat it that way. You could eat it straight or put it in like a smoothie. I was like, I'll just eat it straight. And we did. And boy, I was like, that shit kicked in like within 30 minutes. And I was like, wow, I'm feeling it. And he was like, are you good, bro? I'm like, yeah, why? And he's like, kind of breathing a little heavy. And I'm like, oh fuck, okay. Let me.
My
Like,
bad.
I was like, let me be more like aware. But no, it was a good trip. And my boy Paul took it. Shout out to Paul. And I remember this motherfucker. He did damage on Nicky. Had like a gallon of like, you know, those like, we call them in Spanish garifones. They're like, you know, those gallons of water you get. Like you get like a
Yeah,
gallon.
just like the. Yeah.
But like I'm talking about like a blue one, like the water cooler.
Oh, yeah,
ones.
yeah.
oh yeah, yeah.
It's a 5-gallon
Uh-huh.
jug. Yeah.
So he just kept drinking water over and over again. Paul did. And he's like a pretty big dude. And I remember his shit was like full, and he made like that bitch like almost halfway. He was drinking that much water, bro.
I mean, you gotta stay hydrated, but goddamn.
and Nicky's a musician, so he was playing us some music. He's like, man, you ever heard this song on shrooms? And I'm like, I haven't. Fucking go ahead. he was playing it, and then we're like, where the fuck's Paul at? and Paul was outside on like the backyard, sitting down on the grass, just like posted up. And I'm like, what's going on, man? I was like, what's up? But he's like, man, I just feel so good out here. And I'm like, nah, for real, the weather's pretty nice. And then I look down and I'm like, dude, you're getting fucked up by some ants right now, bro. Like they're tearing your ass up. Like he was just like, his foot was in a like legit on top of a pile. And I looked at him, I was like, bro, like you're getting bit up. And he's just like, I am. Fuck. He's like, what the fuck? He was like, he didn't even care.
It's like, fuck.
And when we were heading back, he got a new car, and he's like, you think you could drive? And I was like, yeah, I've driven Stone before. Like, it's down the street. I should be good. And he's like, man, please don't crash my shit. Like, please don't crash my shit. I'm like, I got you. I turned it on. It was a brand new car, so like everything lit up, and I was like, yo, I feel like I'm in a spaceship right now. And he's like, Cesar, please don't fucking crash my car. Like, you gotta stop.
Caesar, it's not a spaceship. It's my car.
You're like, whoa. And he's like, oh, fuck, no.
It was tripping me out, bro, because like every time I went past the light, I felt like I could still see that bitch. It was like almost delayed. I went through a stoplight, and like as I passed, it was green. I could see like the green hue, like.
Oh yeah, like the afterburners.
Yeah,
basically.
I was like, whoa, what a weird shit. But it was cool, man. Yeah, it was nice.
I fuck with that. Well, no, I shouldn't say.
You do not fuck with
Allegedly,
that.
I don't fuck with
allegedly,
that.
yeah.
I don't think you should do drugs and drive.
Yeah.
I don't think you should do
Yeah,
drugs
that was
and
a
drive.
fake story. I didn't actually do that. I made that up for
Yeah,
for
that was
content.
yeah, dude. Does it sound good? Tell us in the comments.
Yeah.
Tell us in the
That's
comments.
the plot of one of the movies. I was fucking.
I'm actually writing a script right now, and that's just the main character.
I would have fucking bet a lot of money that you smoke weed, dog. That's crazy.
I did all the way up until I was like 21. So I haven't, and I've like hit it here and there throughout, but like I haven't smoked weed
Not
since I was
regularly.
in like 7 years.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, bro. No, trust me, dude. Everyone's like,
Man, I was gonna text you and be like, y'all I could roll something up if y'all like down or some shit. But
they're like, you trying to get a job? I'm like, no. Like that's
Literally
like,
every time.
Yeah. Like what? It's like someone.
I do think
probation.
It's good to take like breaks. I think
Absolutely.
I smoke like once a day. Throughout the week, I would like go to work, come home, go to the gym, come back, shower, smoke a little bit, eat some food, and then crash. And I feel like that works for me like perfectly. But I do have homeboys that are like, I wake up and I burn one. I'm getting out of work and I burn one. And I'm like, I was like, bro, I don't know, dog. Like that's.
So I've been heavy on the dabs. So like what I do is I'll take a dab before work.
Them kill
Allegedly.
me, bro. Them dads be getting my ass.
One right as soon as I get home, and
he
then
takes them like his fucking.
probably like one or two more throughout the night before
Really?
I go to bed, and then right now I'm out of wax, so I've been smoking weed. But
That's expensive.
yes, well,
Yeah, I got you.
it's okay.
He's like,
I do all right.
I remember during COVID, my shout out to Nicky again, man. He was big on like that. He want to take a dab? Go ahead, take a dab. And hitting it is so different from hitting like a blunt because I'm like, damn, I feel like I'm just breathing in air.
It is, and it's also like I have to tell people they're like, man, you smoke dabs all the time. Your tolerance is probably pretty high. It's like, yeah, for dabs.
Mm-hmm.
You light up a joint right now, I'll be high off of just that one joint. I promise you that. It's like, I don't know what it is, but like my tolerance definitely for wax has gotten a lot higher, but my tolerance for weed is fucking beneath the floor,
Really?
bro. Like any couple hits and I'm straight.
I feel like I don't
Even
know
though
what
I do
it is.
smoke a lot more than a couple hits if I roll up. I'm saying it's like it doesn't take much.
I feel like with edibles, man, those are the ones that like get me regardless of whether they're homemade or store bought. I don't know what it is about them, but once they kick in, I can feel them hoes, bro. And as I get older, I feel like they're kicking in quicker. To be honest with you,
I actually feel that as well. As the older I get, the more it seems like my metabolism is breaking this down. I don't know if it's like all right, we know what we're doing with this or what, but like it has definitely become like what used to be 30 to 45 minutes and now like 10 to 15 before I'm like, all right, let's sit down.
That's just tough, man. That shit, they be getting me in. I remember not the last time I went to Vegas like a couple of weeks ago, but like before in 2021, we had went and we bought all this shit at the dispensary. And it's fucking so cool, dude. They'll deliver it to you like in the hotel room and shit. Like it's like Uber Eats type shit. We went. And then we were like, man, we have all this shit. We fly out like fucking couple hours. Like, what are we gonna do with all this stuff? And I was like, all right, let's go get some food and like we could just take some edibles. And I didn't remember the measurements, but I was taking one and my boy Oscar took one. And then like I was telling our other friends that were with us, I was like, yo, you guys would like help us like knock this bitch down. And he's like, all right, I got you. So I would give them one and then I would take one myself. And I'd be like, all right, yeah, here, take this. Take one. Take this. take one. And then my homegirl Becky was like, "How many have you taken?"
Yeah.
She's
Stop
like,
doing
she's
that.
like the mom of the group. She's like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "I don't know, dude. I think like 3 or 4." We go to IHOP and we're just all fried, bro. We're eating our food just like in silence, just pigging out. And then I was high, bro, to like fucking that night, man. Whenever we got on the airplane, I was like, I still feel like slightly buzzed. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I have to be high on planes. I get nervous.
Now, see, the thing is with edibles, though, is like,
It's
you
different.
don't sleep it off. You wake up high.
Yeah.
For sure.
There's no like, I'm sober
You
now.
wake
You're
up,
like,
you're like,
Yeah, now you wake up a little stoned for sure.
that shit is crazy though.
Yeah, can I take this call?
Yeah,
real
you
quick?
can take
it.
Sorry.
no, you're good.
What's going on, fella? I got you. I'm doing the pod right now, but I'll open it for you. All right. And dude, I have this my apartment. I have this fucking thing. Where
Oh,
like,
shit,
I
for the
open-
garage?
Yeah, no, it's for the like the gate whenever you come into the
Oh,
apartment.
gotcha.
But I gotta be honest with you, I don't know what system they use, but this bitch, I remember I was in Arizona. My friend was like, "Yo," he was like dog sitting for my friend,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, "I gotta get in this gate," and homeboy's not picking up his phone. You think you could open it? I was like, "I'm in fucking Arizona, man. I don't know if this is gonna work." And he's just like, "Could you try it?" I'm like, "All right," and I clicked it, and he's like, "I'm in." I was like,
That's
wow.
crazy from fucking
It
Arizona.
has to be like a server or some shit they use, but I was like, "What the fuck?"
That is insane. It's like, okay, well, it's not very safe. I don't have to be
That's
anywhere near
crazy.
this.
What about what about alcohol, bro? Are you like a drinker at all? You're a sober guy?
Right now, I'm a sober guy.
Gotcha.
I'm not drinking right now, but yeah, no, I was definitely drinking. I was drinking.
See, I'm not a big drinker.
I'm both. I do a
Yeah?
lot. I should stop. But yeah.
I'm not.
yeah.
I'm not that big of a drinker. I'll take like a mixed drink, or I'll put down some beers and shit. But like, I don't know. I feel like I'm so used to smoking that it kind of throws me off a little bit.
I do get that. I mean, honestly, for me, I'm not a huge drinker, but I will have like a whiskey or two
Okay.
every day. And then like whenever I do go out, I get pretty fucked up. Like
Oof.
last night, I should not have drank as much as I did last night, but I don't regret it.
Okay.
I did regret it this morning. I don't regret it though. It was a good night. But I try to like, as I was saying earlier, I've been trying to go out a little bit more and do like a little bit more living, I guess. But what I've found recently is that I also do want to like probably stop drinking, because I mean like I've found that like as much as I have been doing it, it has become like something that I'm not like dependent on it
Mhm.
exactly. But it has become such a part of like my daily life as far as at home or when I go out. If it's like, hey, do you want to get a drink? It's not, hey, do you want to get a drink?
It's like it is that, yeah.
It
social
becomes like
drinking type
so
shit.
socially like a part of my life that now I kind of want to eliminate it just to see like how life is
Mhm.
basically without it, and just go with that for a little bit. But
I
really
drink
not
a
that
lot
much
during
different.
COVID, man. During COVID, I was drinking like a motherfucker. To be honest with you, yeah. We
really,
would have like people would come over to my apartment. We have like a game night or some shit, and then we do drinking games. And I was like, man, I remember I had like a bunch of bottles and like just on the fucking like what the fuck is it called, like the,
like a graveyard. Of
yeah,
bottles?
dude, like a
Yeah.
fuckload is there, and I was like, man, these are like some of these are big, dude. Like the fact that we knocked these down are kind of crazy. Like,
That was the thing was is like I wouldn't drink that much. I would drink well when I was younger for sure, because it'd be social drinking, but we'd go out every night, right? So it's like at that point you just drink it every day. But like the last couple years, I mean maybe like a couple times a week I'll drink, but we don't really go out that much anymore. But like when we hang out with friends, I go crazy.
Yeah?
Like, I could probably put a whole like 15, 16 beers.
Bro?
Yeah, probably.
that's
Down.
wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I could do like,
Yeah,
bro, I
bro.
could do like probably max 3. I'll be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah, but with shots, I'm decent at. I could do shots and shit like
See,
that.
I'm a beer drinker.
I got you.
Big
So I'll
opposite.
just
If you
fucking-
give me a shot, it could be my first alcoholic sip of the day. I will throw up. I promise.
Really?
Yeah, it's something about my system. It's like okay,
That pure
as soon
liquor,
as soon as it hits my fucking. Well, see, that's not it either, because I can sip on like old fashions and shit like that. But like something about a shot, it's just like I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah.
Like but no, buy me a shot. I'll be in the restroom as soon as I take that. I promise you. Buy me whatever you want.
I do love whiskey
It's
though.
wasting your
Whiskey's
money.
nice. Yeah, I do like whiskey. I was gonna tell you, man. Like, do you ever feel bad like whenever you're around people that don't smoke pot, and then like you have to like, cause you want to have a good time with them, but they can't like, or they don't want to
No.
like smoke at all.
I think I view things a little bit differently. Like if I want to smoke and I'm around people that don't smoke, I'll just remove myself
Yeah.
from the situation. I'll just go down the block, take a walk. or do that, but it's like usually it's I try to be as respectful as I can. Now that's a very new thing. I used to just say fuck people. I don't care
Just
what
blaze
your
up.
perspective is. I'm gonna smell like weed everywhere I go
Mhm.
because I don't care about you. But now I'm a little bit more considerate as far as like whenever Shelby moved in, and
Okay.
and whenever it was kind of a little bit before that, but I was just started to kind of view like we was always having people over at the house. Daniel's friends were coming over, and most of them don't smoke. Some of them do, but not.
Nah,
It's,
yeah.
it's seldom for them. Even the ones that do smoke, they don't smoke as much as I smoke. So like I was kind of viewing. I was like, damn, fucking apartment always smells like weed. I'm like, damn, maybe I could do better here,
Mhm.
and I have started to, but it's become like a little bit of a different situation now that I'm smoking dabs in my room in the morning. Fucking fire alarm will go
Oh,
off
really?
and wake them up, and I'm just
Ah.
like, fuck, I can't
See,
win here.
I've always smoked outside, bro. On the patio. Well, I have like a little balcony that I go out and I smoke.
if we get some type of like patio furniture, I might build a little like outside station for me because it would be easier. I just don't like the idea of like glass being like able to topple over or something because of like high winds or
it'll
something.
break or some shit. And I got you.
Yeah, I mean if I can build like a little like cabinet or shelf or something, then like I could probably make it work. But yeah,
maybe you could. I don't know if how it is over here. We could probably put it like on the floor. It's kind of like.
well, so like our ground is like cement outside,
Ah.
and so like even if it like goes like this, it probably smash type shit.
Mhm.
So like I don't know, I'm gonna figure it out.
I like it,
But
man. Well, I like doing it on the balcony just because I feel like it's almost like a slight ritual. Like whenever my boy
Yeah.
Eric will come over, I'll like roll up. We'll go outside. I'll have like my speaker. We'll play music. We'll be out there for like 20 minutes, 25 minutes, kind of like catching up with each other.
Is this 56?
Nah, this isn't 56. I don't know what happened with you. Last I heard of 56, bro, no bullshit. Honest to God, like he was like trying to sell me some like weed and then like other shit, and I was like, nah, I'm good, bro, because I already had a plug multiple.
Mhm.
And he's just like, man, sometimes he's like, I've been staying here and there, and I felt kind of bad, but like he definitely wasn't in a good place. And also, I was with my ex. I'm like, you can't stay here, man. Like this is not gonna happen. And he was texting me that like, man, sometimes I'll be on ginseng, bro. I'll be fighting these crackheads, and I'm like, huh? And then he sent me a photo of this crackhead that he knocked out, or I don't know if he was asleep or what. 'Cause I had to knock him out, bro. He was trying to steal my crack, and I was like, what the fuck?
He was selling crack.
He was selling crack.
Damn, he was down bad.
He was down bad, bro.
Yeah.
And also, I'm pretty sure he was
Tough.
using crack as well. I'll be honest with you.
That's
Yeah, if you're fighting crack,
usually yeah. I mean, I just not too many crack dealers that have never tried crack.
Yeah. So like that's like the last I heard of him. And he had like 3 Facebooks, but they all like are inactive. He hasn't posted on them in like years. So I
that's a
don't know.
bad
That's-
sign. I'm not
yeah,
gonna lie to you.
yeah.
If you keep like inactive and then you make another one, like if you keep getting new friend requests, you're like, something's going on. I don't know
Yeah,
if
that's what I'm
you-
saying. So I kind of distance myself a little bit because I'm like, I don't know what kind of shit you're on, bro, and I don't need you like around. Like once he knows where I live, no, because then you're gonna
Yeah.
be pulling up at all times. Yo, you home? And I'm just like, I can't be having that.
Yeah, it's 56 turning
man, I
to
need
56
help.
nights.
Nah, for real, dog. It's tripping.
well,
Shit, I was gonna ask you guys, what about your favorite movies? What do y'all?
I was actually going to transfer into that back because what I was going to say is I liked all the movies that you mentioned. One that I would add on would be it's more of a rom-com, but I still love the concept of it. Is the Adjustment Bureau? The Adjustment Bureau. Sorry, that one with fucking Emily Blunt and what's bro?
Talking about Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. Yeah,
I've
yeah.
never seen that, bro.
Good movie.
Yeah?
It's
Good
actually
movie.
like the concept of it is really well done. Like I would say like it is more up that rom-com alley for like how they conclude everything,
Mhm.
but like the concept of the storyline is a very beautiful concept in my opinion.
Nice. What about how do you feel about like Silver Linings Playbook and shit like that? Have you
Great
seen
Good,
that?
that's a
movie.
good,
It's a good
great
movie.
one,
Yeah,
dude.
I like that one too.
It's a really
See-
like feel good movie. It's for sure, bro.
Yes, but like kind of also doubling back to what he was saying is like I have a special place in my heart for feel good movies, but I also have a special place in my heart for the ones that like really make you like, damn. I mean, if that was me, bro, I'd
Yeah.
probably jump off a
Yeah.
fucking bridge. Cause what
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah, nah, for sure, dude.
My I think number one has been the same for a while. Is The Arrival. A
That's
lot
a
of
good
people
one.
never saw it, dude. But that
The
movie-
Arrival. Arrival.
Arrival. Yeah,
okay.
Arrival. The one where the aliens come.
I
down.
haven't seen that, and I love
Honestly-
that director, bro. He directed Blade Runner and shit. I haven't.
Oh,
haven't
yeah,
seen
yeah,
that,
he did.
Yeah. I think he just did
Dune.
That's a good watch.
He does Dune.
Dune. Yeah, he
Yeah.
did Dune too. Yeah, Arrival. Honestly, favorite movie.
I
Like,
need to watch that whole, bro.
dude, the
That's a
concept
good
is
one, bro.
concept is great. Like, if you keep up with it, it's fucking so well done. Cinematography, of course, fucking immaculate, dude. Like the sound in that movie, because it's like sometimes it's like so quiet you can feel the tension almost, and just like all the little sounds that come in.
Sounds important, man, because I do like my boy Christopher Nolan, but he be fucking up sometimes with that sound, dog. I'd be like hearing
You
shit.
ever seen No Country for Old Men?
Oh, I love that movie, dog.
Dude, the sound in that movie is like every little fucking thing. You're like, holy.
Dude, the little gun he has, the little fucking aerosol. It's not aerosol, but the little fucking tank that he has.
Oh,
and he,
yeah, it's just fucking.
that
Yeah,
shit's brutal. No, I like that movie a lot. But yeah, Nolan, I love Nolan, but God, his sound be fucking killing me with certain times. I feel like I almost want to watch him with headphones on. With
Yeah.
headphones, I'll be like getting a better thing. But sometimes his movies are like really low, and I'm like, what the fuck are they saying? I raise it up, then music will come in and be. And I'm
That's
like,
kind of how
Tenet.
Tenet was. Like, it was hard to get the dialogue as well as you were getting all of the other sounds. That was probably maybe my only bad thing I would say about that movie. I fucked with that movie.
I love Tenet,
Thank you.
dog.
I fucked with that
Why
movie
did,
heavily.
why did people not like it? What was so
They didn't get
confusing
it.
about it?
I think it was
though?
the same.
I was like,
I
I don't
think it was the
understand.
same conversation about Inception, which I still didn't get because, like, I was telling him last time, I was like, if you watch that movie, I can understand why you have questions. You can question, is he still alive? You can question, is this all a dream? You can have questions about but that's the point of a cliffhanger. It's
That's
not
the whole point
There's
of the
nothing
movie. Well, not the whole point.
confusing about it. If you're confused about what is happening, then I'm more not understanding what you just watched. In the same way with Tenet, it's like, what is there to be confused about? They clearly described the concept and then show you exactly how
is,
that
yeah.
concept works. What's confusing?
I don't know, man. This shit was,
He goes in reverse. Like, what the fuck are we
It's just
talking
the
about?
beginning to end, just backwards. It's the whole
I honestly feel like Inception's a little more confusing than fucking Tenet. I
would agree.
I got Tenet like immediately. I was like, wow. And maybe like
We watched it together. We're like, because people were like, we don't like it. Like, it's confusing.
Yeah,
We watched it.
yeah.
We watched it. We're like, what is? That was great.
yeah, I fucking love that movie, man. And honestly, like, oh man, I lost my fucking train of
Do
thought.
y'all
I'm not
think
even gonna-
Robert Pattinson is like the next generation DiCaprio?
Dude, to be honest with you, he's my favorite part of that movie. I love his
I would
dynamic with John David Washington.
I would say he arguably already has a legendary reputation and like a resume. So he would have to like legitimately touch kids to lose that
Hopefully
title
not,
because
yeah.
he's the whole Twilight saga. The fucking
He has like a franchise behind him. He has the
Franchise
indie
behind him.
movies, Good Time.
fucking
Yeah,
Tenet,
and,
fucking Batman now.
He has
Fucking
art house movies with like The Lighthouse and shit.
I wanted
Yeah.
to see that. That was gonna be next on my list.
I haven't seen that one.
With William Dafoe too,
Yeah.
bro.
I would say he's like an actor's actor.
He went. He was also The Boy and the Heron, which is a Studio Ghibli
Oh,
movie.
I haven't
He
seen
played the
that.
Heron.
Oh, he was the
The
voice actor
voice-
for that.
Honestly, can't even tell it's him. Fucking incredible.
Really?
Oh, man.
Incredible.
That's crazy.
Like you're like, what the fuck? Like you like, holy shit, that's right. You would not know that's Robert Pattinson.
That's crazy.
Insane.
He's,
Honestly,
he's
great
becoming,
movie
He's
too.
becoming like a chameleon, man, where he's doing a lot of different shit and like
But that's
just
kind of like in my opinion, is like what
He's
separates.
who people think Timothy Chalamet is. That's Robert
I give you
Pattinson's who
that.
they think. Don't get me wrong. Timothy Chalamet also has some credits under.
I
his
love
belt.
Timmy because of Dune. Honestly, that
Yeah,
motherfucker got me on that
fact.
shit. I don't
Dune
even
2
know.
is fucking. Dude, I was talking about that shit for weeks. I was like, y'all have to see it. Still, like every time I'm like, have you seen the movie?
That's
like,
such
no.
a perfect theater movie. You got to see that shit. In
It
the
is.
movies,
That
like-
is definitely like one of those spectacles that you like. Especially, it's like a
Soundtrack,
part
bro.
1, part 2 that
Come on.
it would be perfect for like a re-release and like a tandem. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah,
how
no,
they
for
like
sure.
re-release movies so you can watch them back to back. That would be a good one for that.
So I did that. So whenever Dune 2 came out, I hadn't seen Dune 1. So we watched it during the day, and then like an hour later, we saw Dune 2. Perfect.
oh hell yeah!
Fucking sick. I was like, this is badass.
Because that they actually did a really good job of continuing the story.
Mhm.
Like whereas like some other like sequels or part 2s, they'll take you like they'll start you off at a different place and like kind of make sense of where they ended off at. Whereas Dune was like, no, we right back
And
in
he's
that
still
bitch.
he's still dragging a body like right
We
there.
were
Like,
right
oh,
back in
fuck,
that
like,
bitch.
This is like not even like a couple days later. This is crazy.
It's
Yeah.
like it was weird because it was one of the first like part 1, part 2s where I was like, oh, y'all just cut the movie.
Mhm.
Y'all didn't
Yeah.
like conclude it and then fucking start shit
Bro,
back up.
I
Y'all
was-
just
I
fucking
ain't gonna
cut
hold
that
you.
shit right at that scene.
Bro, y'all, I was real tempted to like, and I did this with Attack on Titan. Like, Attack on Titan had like so many fucking cliffhangers whenever it was like the final season, but it wasn't the
Mhm.
final season.
Mhm.
It fucking kept giving us blue balls, bro. This shit was annoying as fuck. Because during COVID, they're like, this is the final season. And I'm like, I don't think you're going to wrap this shit up in like 3 more episodes. And sure enough, it'd be like the final season part 2 type shit.
Animes do some shit like
They
that.
always do that shit. So
Feel like it's a movie of the season, and you're like, bro, what
like
the
why the fuck? I mean, I guess it's to get like more. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know the thinking behind it, but I remember like one of those like cliffhangers ended, and I drove to Barnes and Noble, and I was like, "Fuck that! I need to know what the fuck happens like
I'm
right
reading
now."
this shit. Fuck you.
And I was real tempted with Dune too, but I just never had the time to like go to the fucking store and get the book. But I was real tempted to be like, "Yo, I want to know what's gonna happen in this shit."
It does seem like the
gets dark.
movie.
Yeah?
Yeah, it does.
So
seem
you
like
know
the-
then.
I
you
watched
watch
video.
some like what's it called? Like reaction?
No,
Not
like
reaction.
Like a
like
breakdown type shit.
summaries of what,
Breakdowns. Yeah, that's
breakdowns
what they're
and
called.
summaries of like the books to come.
And so, like, what they make it seem like is the part that we saw in the movies is like the lightest part of the story,
Wow,
even though
really?
there's some dark shit in
It only
those.
gets worse.
It only gets worse.
Well, I know there's a skip, right? There's like some kind of time skip that's gonna happen.
Well,
It'll go to his
yeah.
like son and his daughter.
Oh shit.
yeah.
Or
Well,
eventually.
his sister, right?
Yeah, sister and then his sister and I think her son. No, it's his son. It's his son.
Yeah.
Man, I'm fucking hyped. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know when the fuck that
Well,
next one's coming out.
I'll give you some spoilers because the original Dune movies already kind of cover this, but there is a part where I think his son becomes like part worm or something.
I've seen the artwork for that. Yeah, I don't know if that was real or not, but
That's kind of
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, no, it gets really fucked up. Like the time, like because the whole premise is like they set all this shit up for him to be the savior, but you realize it's all just like a concocted plan that kind of
From the Bene Gesserit.
just to
the
benefit
fucking
them.
Bene Gesserits, bro. Those
And you're like,
fucking
he's the chosen one, but when in actuality, it's like he's not. He's just a false. Messiah.
those
Yeah.
witches, dude. Those
Dude.
fucking witches.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the show, the Dune, the Messiah, or what the fuck was it called? Dune.
I haven't seen it either. It was
what
like
the fuck it was
a
called.
spin-off. It was
It
something
just
about the
started, right?
Messiah.
It just came
I
out.
think it
It wrapped
it's
up.
been
It's
out.
one
It's
season.
been
It's like
wrapped.
8
Yeah, yeah.
episodes,
Oh,
I
shit.
think. Yeah.
Oh
I
shit!
forgot
I
the
might have
prophecy, I think, or some shit
yeah,
like
I
that.
might have to check that
Yes,
out.
that sounds right.
Yeah, something like that. I didn't check it out
Prophecy of
though.
the
Yeah.
Messiah, some shit like that.
You should watch Arrival though. Like,
Ah man.
if it fucks with like the whole, it's like about the concept of time and how we perceive the concept of time, as the aliens. I'm not gonna give up. But
Yeah, you're gonna
just-
give it up.
I'll check it
Trying
out.
to
I'll
explain it.
definitely check it out because I like the director a lot, bro.
I was like, I can't say anything
Enough.
more without fucking it up.
His track run is kind of crazy. Like
It
he's
is.
he had Enemy with Jake Gyllenhaal, Prisoners with Jake Gyllenhaal,
That was a good
Blade
one,
Runner
too.
2049,
Yeah,
both
another really good one.
Dunes. Like he's on fire, bro. He's fucking firing off at all cylinders. To be honest with you.
For sure though.
Another one I would say is Predestination. That one fucked my brain.
And Predestination.
Multiple
Have you seen that one?
Y'all
different
name me some
ways.
shit that I haven't seen before,
Bro,
Another time.
he threw that one into my fucking Rolodex, and
I love mind fuck.
I-
I like
I've-
shit that like fucks. with me. I'm like,
I've
God damn.
only ever recommended this movie since watching it the first time, and it's been absolutely a banger since then. Like
Damn.
in every rewatch, the
Every
concept,
time I recommend it, we all like watch it with somebody. Like, I get it, and then they're like,
the
okay, I
concept
don't
is
fucking
basically like
get it.
how time travel can cause like an overcomplicated reality for yourself if you lose track of that of which has gone back. And then you kind of get towards the end where you're like, oh fuck, okay, this is a different twist. Well, so there's two twists in that movie. One where like I'm not gonna give it up. I'm saying one where you feel like you think you know what's going on, and then they show you that you don't know anything. And the second twist is where you're like, okay, well they did that, so now I can base some thoughts on it, and it's like, no, new twist.
Constantly having you think about the shit. That's what's up.
It's really cool. I like that movie for sure.
Is that Kevin Bacon? I always get him confused.
No, it's
with,
Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke. I
They
don't know
are
why.
very similar. Yeah, I guess.
look
Those
They're
two
fucking
motherfuckers,
same
I
person.
always
I can
fucking
see
Kevin
that.
Bacon,
Same,
Ethan
might
Hawke.
as well
Like,
be the same person.
Have y'all seen this movie called Primer, bro?
Primer? No, I haven't
my
seen
boy Eric, not 56.
that.
Eric, he showed me this movie called Primer, and it's also about like they had some time machine. It's super low budget,
I'm cool with that.
but the dialogue was so fucking like not heady, but I don't know what it was, dog. But like it was wild. Like it was like super dialogue heavy, and like it wasn't a bad movie at all. But there
Mhm.
were times where I was like, I felt almost lost with that shit. Where I definitely had to watch like breakdowns on it and stuff like that. I wonder what you guys would think about it.
I'd like to watch it. Yeah, we could fucking.
Yeah, like shit
check
like
that
that.
out.
where I
It's
have
about
to,
these
like,
two dudes who start using like a time machine to like get more out of the day or some shit like that, and they both start like slightly abusing like how often they're using it to the point where like they kind of like run into like themselves and shit like that. Where it's like, what the fuck? Like, he's still like he's just getting home from work. He should already be home. Like if he's not, if he isn't at home right now, how the fuck am I here? You know what I mean? Kind of questioning
Right.
like what's going on with like the time machine.
That's crazy.
it's
That
cool.
is a cool concept. I like that.
Have you seen the TV? Oh,
Oh.
Oh shucks. Let me check the score, bro. Hopefully they haven't died yet.
It's fine though.
have you seen the TV show Dark on Netflix.
Yo, so my boy Fern, shout out to Fern and Brittany, have been trying to put me on that, and they said that is a fucking mind fuck as well. Like, super, like.
Can confirm.
Yeah?
I'm
So
halfway
that
through it
finished
right
already,
now.
though? Yeah,
Yeah, they
yeah.
wrapped it up.
Holy
Honestly,
shit.
best show
I'm-
I've ever.
I'm
That's my favorite show
Yeah?
I've seen. Yeah.
I'm halfway through season 2 right now, and I still haven't gotten to like the meat of it yet, where you start understanding everything. But it's fucking very well done.
That's some subtitle shit.
They
I-
just put it dub out
Dub
not
out.
too long ago, but yeah, I watched it sub.
That's how they were watching it, yeah.
I like in German. You really you get to feel like
The emotion.
a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel you on
especially
that.
with the way it's filmed and everything. Everything like in German, it just is a better watch. I hate like hearing the English accents are overdone a lot of the time. And
Oh,
then
what do you mean?
they're-
What's going on? And then motherfuckers,
Yeah.
their mouth are still moving and shit
Yeah,
like
I'm like,
that.
I'm like, oh, bro, this is fuck. And then honestly, sometimes I'll have the subtitles on. I can't do that. My girl likes to do that, but I'm like, it's two different things. They're saying something, and the subtitles say something different. So my mind's like,
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
run it back. I can't. I can't.
I feel you
comprehend.
on that, man. A lot of old movies that I have on Blu-ray are like that. Where like I don't know if they fucking just transcribed the script, but it's not what Homeboy's saying at all. Like, and it'll be some petty shit. It'll be like certain words where I'm like, why didn't y'all just change that? Like it'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, they're over there, but in the bottom it'd be like, they're here or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
what the
It's
fuck?
like, why'd y'all do that? Like, it just seems like, how'd this get past anyone? That's always my
Right.
thing. Like, what the fuck? But
Is this a budget concern?
the,
or
old,
like-
the older I get, the more I realize that, like, even though these companies have, like, a lot of money, sometimes they just don't give a fuck, and they just put it out, like, fuck it.
It is a big portion of it because I mean, like I was kind of going back on like the Disney thing where it's like you lose focus on really what you're doing this for. So I mean, you start it because you want to get a bunch of people's eyes on it. That's the reason you buy Star Wars because a bunch of people like Star Wars, right? But as soon as you buy it, you have a lot of money that you need to make back, and of course, you can make some money by making some movies, but in all reality, the more money you're going to be making is off of Disney rides, games, toys, shirts, merchandise. So what you need to do is stop worrying about how good the movie that you're going to make either way is actually going to be, and start worrying about how you can make these characters that are so tug at the heartstrings, like a Baby Yoda. That's a new thing.
Baby Yoda.
You can bring in this new character.
little-
You don't have to explain it at all.
He's just there.
And you don't even have to really delve his story deeply. He's just a guy that's fucking moves his hand every now and then. Legitimately, they didn't even try in that.
Ugh.
But the only reason for that is to sell plush toys and sell
He was
t-shirts
everywhere.
with Baby Yoda on it.
He
It's
was
like-
everywhere during COVID 2021. Boy, you couldn't
People
avoid
ate that shit.
And so, like, whenever you start looking at that type of stuff from that scope, you're like, okay, well, no, I get it. I wish the movies were better, and I wish they didn't kind of, quote unquote, ruin this franchise for what it was.
Yeah.
But I understand that, like, they had to do something with that. And now I get to look at it as like, okay, well, I'm not going to expect good movies out of you anymore. Probably still watch it because I like Star Wars.
You
but
kind of like damaged the credibility a little bit.
correct.
yeah.
Yeah.
Your,
and
your
I mean,
credit
it's
took a hit, man. You got a low score on fucking Klarna or
It's-
some shit. You know what I'm
and
saying?
like
Credit
a-
karma.
a
Missed the
big
payment, bro.
a big
Missed the
argument
payment.
for Marvel right now is the fact that like all of the impacts that they've had have been outside of their control. Like they were giving Jonathan Majors the key to the kingdom, and all of a sudden some shit happened. And so like and then the Chadwick thing, like he was his like sickness was under the table, so like they were building out like Black
COVID-19.
Panther like 2s and 3s while he was
Oh, he was the guy.
dying. While he was
Yeah.
dying. Like, so, like, there's a lot of stuff in the Marvel sphere where it's like, okay, well, this is clearly outside of anyone's ability to control it. What they're doing is damage control, which is like, okay, we couldn't do anything about that. Let's try to find an avenue
Now
that we can do
Doom's
something
in this
about.
motherfucker.
They got fucking the Russo brothers back, which are
That's
the
a good
Avengers
thing.
guys. I think so
That's a good
too.
thing.
But it shows that they're kind of going back to
Falling
those
back on the
roots
shit.
because they don't have anything to real ground to stand on right now.
I agree with you 100%. Yeah.
That's kind of my perspective.
I do like that they took a year off though.
I do agree.
I think
do
that's
think so
for
as
the
well.
benefit because they were doing a little bit with the show. Oh, I missed so many shows. I didn't watch
Yeah.
She-Hulk. I didn't watch.
There's too many, dude.
It's just too many. Where
many
I'm
to
like,
keep up
I did
with.
like Moon Knight though. I don't know if y'all seen that.
Moon Knight was
fucking
really
sick.
it was my favorite one other than Loki. Loki was
Yeah.
my favorite one because of
I
the
heard Loki's good. I didn't
storyline.
watch season 2. I heard season 2 is sick.
season 2 was pretty good. But Moon Knight was my favorite one because it's like it plays at the psychological strings and it tugs at like your ability to like understand your reality and it's like okay, well yeah, no, all of that is fully based on you thinking you have control
Right.
here.
Also, Oscar Isaac did a fantastic job, bro. What a
Fantastic,
great fucking
yeah.
actor, dude.
And like as far as the Moon Knight comics go, he did a really well. Like they did a really well job of like portraying in the hero as well as like the what's it called,
Yep.
like when you have an internal struggle basically,
Yeah,
like his
yeah.
like his battle against himself while he's battling
Mhm.
other people
They're
type
in
shit.
eternal battle, or the fuck the
Yeah,
internal
yeah.
battle.
But like that was portrayed perfectly because in the comics it's literally like he never has control.
Yeah.
He's always three different. Like he's three different people
I've been
at all
seeing
times.
I've been
never
seeing
the same
like
person.
screen caps of like the comics, and some of that shit looks pretty
He's
funny.
a fucking weirdo.
Some of
I'm
that
not
shit's
gonna
pretty
lie.
funny, bro. Like he's like, I think he's looking for Dracula, and he's like, where the fuck's my money at? He's like, he's cutting him down and shit. I'm like, damn.
Dude, it's funny, but it's like I didn't think that Disney was gonna be able to do it because of like their Disney parameters, and they did a pretty well job, pretty good job.
For sure.
But fuck yeah,
What about you, man? Any franchises you're into, bro? You're a Lord of the Rings guy. I've never seen Lord of the Rings.
Dude, I do love Lord of the Rings. I actually was rewatching it. Franchises wise, though, man, I think I'm like dude. Something about my brain, dude. If there's like multiple, I'm like, dude, I want to dedicate I like one-offs, dude. If it's one-offs, unless it's a TV show, I can do a TV show. Multiple movies, I'm like, I don't want to, cause like that's Marvel. I'm like, now I gotta see the second one, third one. Now there's all these TV shows, which again, most people are like, dude, you can just.
Yeah,
in-game.
yeah.
You can end it in game.
In game, I think is a perfect peak.
yeah.
And then you could I'd say from in game, watch the ones here and there. Like like the Spider-Man movie after that was pretty sick. Far From Home, or what the fuck it was called.
Yeah.
Dude, I liked all the Spider.
That's what I'm saying. Like you could watch shit like here and there, like Shang-Chi. I thought was pretty dope. But,
that
like,
was actually fucking
Yeah, I wish I
fire.
would've
That was
watched
good.
Like people slept
I
on that.
did see the Doctor Strange movies
Oh,
too.
okay.
I watched both of those also.
Yeah, I think after Endgame, I think here and there is the way, cause this is the way. But I think that's the way, cause like trying to watch everything, man. I have buddies that do it, but it seems like a lot, man.
I think for me, it's like it's just the most successful franchise at continuing to put shit out. So basically, what my viewpoint is that like if you was watching it when it was coming out, then it's not that much. It's like it's a movie every year or maybe two per year.
You're kind
or a
of
show every
catching up
now and then.
actively. Like that's what I was doing in
That's
high
kind of
school.
what
like,
my
Yeah.
opinion on it. So, but like if I hadn't been doing that, then it would absolutely be
yeah.
overwhelming to
daunting
look
for
at.
sure.
Like be like, oh, I know, I'm good.
Yep.
What happened?
it's
Yeah,
daunting.
basically exactly.
You can low key watch like certain recaps on shit. To be honest,
That's
with you.
facts
Yeah,
too.
you could.
I watch like breakdowns of like most of the shows and movies just because like I fuck with like seeing the incorporated stuff in the background. Like you're talking about the X's in The
Oh,
Departed.
yeah.
I like finding out shit like that. Like I'm very
I watched so many of those.
so
Fucking
many, dude.
what's it? Not Looper, bro. It's Watch Mojo.
No, I watch.
Watch Mojo. I've seen a lot of those.
I
too.
watch New Rock Stars usually, and then there's another one. It's like I forgot the name of the other one, but essentially it's like I fuck with that shit because I'm very what's the word when you don't fucking pay attention?
ADHD.
Fuck you keep saying that.
Say autistic, bro.
No, it's like
It's not
basically
autistic.
I'll be paying attention, but I won't see something that's in the background. I guess what I'm saying is like I don't know if it's not something about focus.
It's not like short sighted. It's like I don't
Attention
know.
deficit.
You can
hyperactive-
shut your mouth.
we're just fucking clinically like
You
giving
fucking
them shit.
doubling down. Nah, I don't know what it is, but it's
I see what
basically
you're
like
saying, though.
some things are like obscure to me. So whenever they're pointed out, I'm like, oh, that's cool as shit. But I don't fucking see it the first time. I'm I'm paying too much attention to the dialogue or to
the
this over
podcast you
here
have
instead
on,
of this.
The video game you're playing at the same time.
Bitch, I'm talking about if I'm watching a movie in a theater, I'm still gonna miss some shit.
I will say this. I think that's a testament to a good movie rewatch.
Yeah.
Like if you're able to
100%.
rewatch it and still enjoy it just as much. And you know what's funny with Eternal Sunshine? That's one of my like I said, maybe top 2 like favorite movies of all time. Possibly one, but maybe top 2. And I've only seen it like a handful of times, bro. That's one that I haven't rewatched a shitload. Like Goodfellas, I watched a shitload. The Departed, I watched like plenty of times. Fight Club, plenty of times. But I don't know, something about Eternal Sunshine. I feel like I watch it in like almost like 2-year increments or 3-year increments. Where I'm like, let me throw this bitch
When
on.
the time comes, you know.
Yeah,
you
when the
watch
time
it,
comes,
like,
I'll watch it. I'll
feel
be
good.
like, that's the reason why that bitch is on there, because like, that shit is like super sick.
I would say like one that I recently watched again that definitely still holds up is Project Almanac. That hoe went hard.
I was gonna bring that up
Man.
earlier because with the time stuff that you were saying about the person who sees themselves like what the fuck, it's basically
Yeah.
Project Almanac.
Y'all
Like,
naming shit that I
Yeah.
haven't seen. I'm gonna whenever this comes out, I'll listen to it and like take notes because I definitely want to watch the ones you guys are recommending.
Yeah.
Project Almanac's a good one.
fuck
That was
yeah.
like during the era where everything was, a video
Oh.
camera and everything's like, oh.
There's some gems in those.
Like the
man.
what was it? Blair Witch Trials is the first one, right? That started
no,
doing that.
It was the dinosaur ass fucking or the
Cloverfield.
Cloverfield.
Oh, you're right.
I
Cloverfield
guess
was
it would
the-
be Blair Witch and Cloverfield. And I'd say District 9 personally. I like District 9 a lot.
Yeah,
District 9 was
District 9
fucking
was
good,
good.
dude.
There was a couple other. There was the superhero one.
Chronicle.
Chronicle was
another one.
fire,
Chronicle was another
bro.
one. Project X came out during
Dog,
that time. Cultural.
I thought
fucking
Homeboy had next. The main dude from Chronicle.
Miles Teller?
Not
Oh, you
Miles
talk-
Teller. The
talking about the white dude.
Andrew, or whatever the fuck his name was in the movie.
He's
Hey, Michael
in-
B. Jordan though.
Hey, I guess he came out of it, huh? Shout out
Yeah,
to
he
Michael B.
went
Jordan
crazy.
came out of that.
Shout out to Michael B. That's low-key a fucking crazy cast when I think about it. Fucking Miles Teller,
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan, and then
Was Miles Teller in?
That was the friend. No, you're right. That wasn't Miles Teller.
Oh, was it
I
not?
was thinking that was Miles Teller. That was, but it's,
Project X is
it's-
Miles Teller.
you're right. It's the fucking
Still kind of crazy
the
movie
white
to become.
dude. He fuck. I've seen him in some other shit.
I thought
though.
he
The,
was
the
in
one
there.
that turns evil is the one that becomes.
the one that
he was in a
becomes
lot of
evil.
stuff.
I thought he had next, bro. I thought
He
this
was in
motherfucker
that
was like-
Valerian movie.
Yes, he was in some
Um,
shit.
and some other shit, but I don't know what else he's been
I was like,
doing.
damn, I feel like this motherfucker could have been next. Like, into
That's acting though.
I
Always,
guess
you know,
so, yeah, man.
If you don't have that like it factor, they're like, yeah, good luck, bud.
yeah.
I was like, man, shit, because he was in some shit. I was like, man, I feel like he could be like a big star. Kind of reminded me of like a DiCaprio almost a little
He
bit.
did have
yeah.
that like range at
Did.
first,
Mm.
All right,
especially in that movie. But you gotta.
I'm not
get
gonna
up
lie,
outta here.
dude. Unfortunately, y'all can keep going if y'all want to continue it for a little bit.
I mean,
It's up to you.
we
Because
can. Or we can try
unfortunately,
to-
I do have some work shit that at 9,
he's at work meeting at
Oh,
9
shit, okay. I don't know what time it is.
at work.
8:13.
8:13. I'm down. You want to do like 10 more minutes? Wrap everything up, or unless you gotta
Yeah,
go right
we
now.
can do-
Yeah.
We could do 10 more
More
minutes.
minutes? Yeah, we
I
can
do
wrap it
10
up.
more minutes. That's cool. Yeah.
Any last
Okay.
questions y'all got, bro?
I was gonna say photography, bro.
That's
We
what I
didn't,
was
we
gonna
didn't get to
come
bring
on.
the
We didn't get to
photo-
bring that
We were
up.
just chopping it up. We having a fucking, we just having a
I
good
like
time.
that though, man. I like that we get to talk about other shit and stuff like that.
Yeah, man, it was a really good conversation. Actually, we covered a lot of things.
What brought you to start getting into photography? Well, you said earlier that like you like whenever the pandemic hit, you was already working still, and so that like stimulus money came in, so you were able to buy some like equipment and stuff. But did you already have aspirations of photography before that, or was that just like a Kickstarter for you?
Yeah, so I remember I was always kind of into taking photos, especially I'd say more like whenever I was in high school. I was
Mhm.
part of like yearbook and shit, and I had a camera that I would fuck around with. Like I never had my own camera, but I would always take like either a friend's camera or the one they had for the school,
Mhm.
and use it to take photos. And I was really into that. And then I got into like editing photos on my phone around like 2017, 16, where I was like,
Okay.
man, like some of these phones could take some badass photos, and I was like able to edit the fuck out of them. And then I was really like post high school studying to be a nurse.
Mhm.
I was like, man, I should be a nurse. Like, it's a good job. I always have work. Motherfuckers always get sick, so I feel like I'd be good. And then COVID hit. Well, really, I took like a year off of school, but then like COVID hit, and I was like, I'm so glad I'm not a nurse.
First responder.
Because they were going through it. Like, I had a couple friends that were nurses, and my homeboy's his mom actually was a nurse.
Mental breakdown type.
Yeah, and they were there for like a days on end, but like 2 days at a time, or like fucking 18-hour shifts type shit. And I was like,
Yeah,
that
fuck
sounds
that.
fucking horrible. So like once I thought that, I was like, well, I don't really have the passion for this that I thought I did, and I'm still into taking photos. I was looking at like different cameras to get this and that. So like I said, I had the influx of the stimulus. So I was like, fuck it, let me get a camera. And then 2020, like I'd say like August or October is when I started doing like paid shoots where I'd go out. Before that, it was just all street photography.
Mhm.
I would just go around, take photos of my boys skating, or take photos around the city or graffiti park and shit. And then my friend was like, "Yo, I need some like graduation photos," and I was like, "Fuck, we could try it. Like, I'll charge you like $50. Like, you don't have to like
Yeah.
charge. Like, I'm not gonna charge you anything crazy. We could just see how it works." And then through that, I kind of like gotten better and better and got different equipment and shit like that. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. So after that, like, I guess after that first shoot, like, were you able to like utilize that to like market other stuff, or was it like kind of still like, hey, I just did this for bro, you want me to do yours type shit?
It was
or-
like that for like a minute. I'll be honest with you. It was like that for like I'd say like a good like 5 months post that like graduation
Okay.
shoot. And then after that, I kind of got like decent at it to where like shit like that. Honestly, bro, like graduation photos and like I'm trying to think what else, like party photos if I go to
like
an
wedding
event, yeah,
photos
shit like
and
that.
stuff like that.
For the most part, those are kind of like straightforward because I can't really fuck around too much with the editing. I know what they want, you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
I know like on grad photos, I can't really like change the saturation or change the colors around because I know like they want them to be like professional, like clean,
Right.
like headshots. So with those, I could just kind of go in and like edit them real quick. But like street photography or like photos of like friends and shit, like really like closed in shoots, I love those, bro. Because with those, I could really sink my teeth into and kind of like fuck around with the colors. I'll do like alternates and shit. I'll do like 3 alternates of like a one photo. Like there's a black and white one, there's a colorful one, there's like an alternate color. Like those I could really fuck with, but like the money maker is like grad photos and like weddings and
That's
shit like
it.
that. Dude.
You got to make the money so you can do the creative
Yeah,
shit,
really,
you know,
honestly, real estate photography is like a big thing that I need to look into. But I heard that like going around like taking photos of like people's houses. You ever go to like a Xylo or whatever the
Get
fuck
a
it's called?
drone, bro.
Yeah.
Get a drone.
That's a very big thing.
Well, what I was gonna say is about that, like, cause he used to come in the room and be like, "What the fuck you watching, bro?" I used to literally watch YouTube home tours of like luxury houses.
Oh,
and
man.
shit. Literally, cause it's like it's cool to just see like some shit. It's like that's a real fucking house, bro. And like I'm gonna eventually want to build a house for myself. Like have all these ideas. I don't know what a fucking sconce is, hey, bro. Like you gotta fucking tell me.
Nah,
some
like
shit.
seeing like different architecture as well is like pretty sick.
So I mean, there's probably something there for like real estate photography for sure.
Yeah, and I definitely got to look into that because I've heard that's like a good. Because I have a friend who used to work with me, and he's like a home inspector.
Okay.
And he's like, dude, we're always looking for like people to take photos of like places and shit like that. Like those kind of 360. You ever go to like Xylo or some shit? You look at like a 360 of like a room or something like that.
Oh yeah,
That's a big thing now.
That's a
100%.
huge thing. So that's something I think within this year or next year I'll kind of look into and hopefully like transition from like my regular 9 to 5 to just doing that as well as like YouTube and the podcast. That'd be like the dream if I could like make money off photography and then have that as well on the back burner. Perfect. I'm like content.
Perfect.
Yeah, not for sure.
dude.
Where
That's
do you see the podcast kind of going? Or like,
Dude, so I'm close to 100 episodes, man.
Hell yeah.
Fucking,
that feeling.
I think the next one will be 89 or 90. So I'm getting
man.
very close to. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do for 100. Honestly, I have no idea.
hey, that's where we were at when we.
Dude,
hit
our
100.
100th episode is chaos.
Really?
There's like people coming in and out, people talking.
No, because we had our homies there. We're like, fuck it, dude. We got our homies on, and then we got one of one of our homies was in a band. So we got them to play one of their songs for it. So then it cuts to them playing like the song.
Holy shit!
And then it comes back to like us again having the conversation with the homie.
It is a
Like
spectacle.
we cut to the thing, and then it cuts back to us having a conversation with him.
Damn, what the fuck? Okay, I kind of low key. I wanted to do like a live episode, but I don't think I'm gonna have like the fucking system or no shit like that to like.
But you can always try, dude. I mean, that's the whole part of being creative is at least giving it a shot and see what you can do. So that'd be pretty sick. You trying to, and the guests, you're just like whoever, just anything interesting at the moment, like.
Yeah, so the
doing
guests
it.
usually I reach out to like I really usually reach out to people on IG, kind of like how you did to me. I usually do that and be like, hey man, like. Yeah, I don't know how your schedule's looking, but like if you want to be on the podcast and promote your business or just talk about shit, like most of the time, like people come to promote their shit and we just end up talking about whatever.
Just don't promote anything.
That's kind of how I am when I ever go to other shows, and like I'm the same. It's the same way, yeah. Which I kind of prefer because I feel like I get to know the person a little bit more.
I think so
better,
too.
yeah.
There's like 2 avenues because it's like we have a homie who's a farmer. He's been on here a couple times. So like whenever he comes on, he does also talk about his business because it's what he's like mostly
doing,
educated in, and as far as like what he does with his day to day. Yeah. So like that we have those, but then we also have like musicians that come on and just don't talk about music. I'm like, buddy, this is your brand.
But it is just fun to get to know them. You know what I mean?
No,
too.
absolutely.
The next,
But then
I would
they're
like to
also-
talk to y'all about music whenever we like another day or some shit like
We
that.
should.
But,
I feel like I feel like it's been 2 hours, but I feel like we're gonna talk.
damn, it's been 2 hours for real. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, that's crazy.
Like we're gonna
Two-
talk to the other
201.
2, bro. Like yeah, we had so much more. I feel like we could have dived in on for sure.
Hey, maybe the next time y'all pull up to me.
Yeah,
we
I'm
do like
down.
a part
Let's do
2, a
it.
little crossover episode. You know.
Let us know, bro. We'll
Let's do
bring if you need us to, we can bring equipment. We can fucking set
I
up.
think I
whatever.
think I have enough mics for like you guys. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hell
I
yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
have y'all sitting the same way we're doing here. Like you guys
Yeah.
will be sitting on like one side, and then I'll be on the other side, and it'll be perfect.
Fuck
We'd
yeah.
definitely make that
We
happen.
would definitely love to do that. Honestly, that's like since we started like more community outreach for our podcast, it's been a goal of mine to be on someone else's as like the Fine and Dandy podcast or whatever we end up rebranding it to. But that's just like that's always been something that just seems so fun because it's just for me as like specifically, this is just like we just started doing this shit. Like, well, he started doing this shit, and then he asked me if I wanted to do it with him, and it's just like that came out of like literally left field, and to be able to see that like transitioned into somehow down the line, like someone asking us if we want to come on
For
there.
sure, yeah.
That's fucking cool as shit,
cool,
man.
I've been looking forward to the because we really haven't met that many people who do podcasting, or you see someone start a podcast and then it just tapers off
Yeah.
and they don't continue with
Yeah.
it. So honestly, being able to go on somebody else's, honestly, I think it's really cool too to have like a podcasting community. The idea of it, especially people like in the area, because this isn't like the area we live in, even Houston in general, is not like a big
Mhm.
podcast. Like if people aren't coming here to be like, I
This
want.
is it. Yeah, this is the
this is
fucking
where
the
I'm gonna get
hotbed.
my-
I guess Austin will be it now, huh? Okay.
No, 100%. Yeah, that's the spot.
Definitely,
dude.
yeah.
Austin will
any
be the spot.
media shit. If you go to Austin, you have a pretty good chance
Because
of
we're in
running into somebody.
we're in the competitive field, fellas.
Oh
I don't know
yeah.
if y'all know this, but like I was looking at shit, especially whenever like a movie comes out, and they'll have fucking these celebrity guests on, and I'm just like, bro, how the fuck am I gonna book Timothy Chalamet to be on my like? This is not gonna
But
happen.
you don't need.
The
You don't need
important
to.
part
That's
is
what
that
I'm saying. Yeah.
The important part is you won't, but it's okay.
But through connections, the cool thing about building is eventually you'll probably meet somebody, and then they might pop off, or you meet someone who's like, oh, my homie's so and so, he would love to be on.
And I feel
Or,
like I'd
you're cool with
appreciate
him.
that way more. Like
Yeah.
a natural kind of grassroots, like you mentioned earlier, to the podcast, where like if it naturally is able to like build up on its
Mhm.
own and get a following on its own, that's cool. Because like I've tried to work with other people, and it's just like they're talking about like, man, you got to charge guests to come on, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do that.
That sounds
I was like,
ridiculous.
this is not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Especially like, dude, I do it for my fucking room, bro. Like my bed is literally right there. Like whatever you guys ever pull up, like my bed is like right there in front of us. Like
We're willing to pay people to come on.
And
What the fuck you
that's
talking
what I'm
about?
saying. I was
They
like,
gotta
what
pay
the
to
fuck?
come
But
on.
it seems like so like out of touch. Where I'm just like, I don't
Yeah.
think you know what I do, or like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? I just don't understand. I don't think you understand what the fuck is like going on.
They're promoting their stuff. Like, yeah, but like also they're promoting mine. It's like a mutual thing. You
yeah, and
know?
most of the time it's just like, yo, I have a show this day. You should totally pull up. I'll add you to the list.
Right.
You could totally pull up the show, free show. Like I'm just like, fuck, that's sick. Like
That is
oh, yeah.
sick. Fucking dope. But like it becomes that. It's not just gonna be that. Like you have to build that community. You have to like you said, naturally, but also consistently, and like find that avenue not just for yourself, but the things that you like, the things that you think that kind of like what I was saying earlier about like the movie reviews. It's like, yeah, you don't want to be too disrespectful, but you do want to give your opinion.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm
And
at.
you don't
right
want to
now.
censor yourself by trying to like mitigate how other people will feel about what you say.
Mhm.
What you gotta do is just give your opinion. People fucking hate it. They'll dislike it, just like they did that bro that did the Mac review.
Oh, Fantano?
Fantano,
nah,
yeah.
Fantano. I've gotten a couple. So whenever I never expected this. On one of them, I did expect it, but I didn't think it was gonna get that many views. So my most viewed video, I think, on YouTube is like an Eminem discography review that I did.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, it fucking like going through his albums. I like Eminem, but like going through his shit was so time consuming. Like it was so many fucking albums and so many songs. I was like, God damn, this is a lot. To the point where like he ended up on my Apple Replay like at the end of the year, and I was like, well, I don't even fucking listen to him like that. But it was funny to me, man. So that happens, and I'm just kind of like
research.
And dude, I had a lot of people that were just like, I disagree with everything you say in this video. I'm still subscribed though. I fuck with it. I'm just like, okay, like I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Like
They probably like the way that you went about it and the fact that you put in that work, but they're probably like, I don't like the opinion, but I respect.
and for
what
the
you
most
did.
part, I was respectful. Like with certain
Yeah.
shows, like sonically, I just can't get into it. I was like, I could get how people would like appreciate his lyricism and his rhyme ability, but sonically, some of the shit he has, I'm just like, this just is not for me, man. I just
It's
can't
like-
get into it, you know?
And not to further that point, it's literally just like, this isn't a rap battle. I'm trying
Yeah.
to listen to some music. If this
Yeah,
is a rap
yeah,
battle,
yeah.
then Eminem's great.
And his choruses, we don't have to get into it, but his choruses sometimes are fucking rough, bro. I'm like, I don't know. And he has all the resources, which blows my mind. I'm like, what the fuck?
But he's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna do it my
That's
way.
what I'm saying. Where I'm like, I
Yeah.
could respect it, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know if you should be doing that. Dog.
Yeah.
Like, you literally have access to anyone. Like, who's
Yeah.
gonna deny like a fucking Eminem feature?
No, yeah, they'll help you out, but he's like,
MGK.
It's like, nah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess
yeah,
MGK.
right.
I guess what the fuck his name is?
Mariah Carey.
Fuck.
Hey, he went hard on her.
Hey,
No,
hey,
he
fucking
went
Nick
hard on
Cannon.
her, bro.
Nick Cannon might refuse one.
All right, well, we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, we can
there.
wrap it up there, bro.
Nah, I appreciate you for coming on for real though.
Absolutely.
Man, fucking great episode. Honestly, had a fucking blast chatting it up
Oh
today.
yeah, dude.
We're gonna come on though. Just let us know when. We'll schedule out a date and we'll fucking
YouTube
make
channel
it.
was Cesar Perez.
Yeah, you can look up Cesar Perez, or you could look up CP Houston XD on all my socials are that. So if you look at that on like Twitter, I was gonna say X, but on Twitter or on
Yeah.
IG, you'll find it. And I also have a link tree on my bio on all of those.
Oh, fuck
And then
yeah,
my link
okay.
tree will take you to like the Spotify
Everything
page,
else.
YouTube
Yeah.
page.
Thinking Boy podcast.
Yes, sir.
Fuck yeah, brother. And then is the movie reviews and all that on the YouTube
Yeah.
channel?
So when you go to my YouTube channel, we go to a playlist, and those will be like divided up, like
Oh,
movie
fuck
reviews,
yeah,
music
okay.
reviews, and shit like that.
Perfect.
Hell yeah, that's perfect.
Mhm.
I can't wait.
I appreciate you guys inviting me, man. I had a good time.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for another fucking great episode. See you
Any
guys
last
next week.
comments you
Oh,
want to tell the people before we go? Before we wrap it up, anything you want to say?
Just
Any-
show some love to the boys, man. Like I said, show some love. Leave some reviews. If you're watching this on, I don't know if you guys put it on Spotify or
yeah,
Apple-
we're everywhere.
Definitely review those. Those definitely help like a lot of people out because like the more people see, you have like 5-star reviews, whether it be 8 or fucking 80. Like that's a big thing. People see that and like, okay, this is quality, and you guys definitely have quality for sure, bro. So I definitely like recommend anyone watching this to leave these guys a great review on there.
Appreciate it, man. Y'all take care, you guys.
Be safe. Peace.
Y'all be safe.